Welcome to 8801 Cheviot Road, home of the Colerain Cardinals. It's week 6, which is the final week of the regular season for Ohio high school football action. This is Chris Amanitis along with Brian and Brandon Wyatt and the team at Waycross Community Television bringing you live football coverage of your Colerain Cardinal varsity football team. Tonight they take on the Hamilton Big Blue in this strangely COVID impacted season where it's week 6. Both teams come in at 3-2 and have already got their playoff opponents set for next week, but they can't get there until they get through this. And we're going to see two very good teams that mirror very much each other in regards to athleticism and speed. And Brian and Brandon, I know it's kind of a strange situation in that they're not playing for Harbin points and they're not playing for playoff seeding, so to speak, but there's still a lot of pride on the line when these two teams play each other.
Yeah, it's. We were talking before we started. It's weird because this is the time. Normally, last game of the season, we're stressing. We've got a whole big spreadsheet of if this happens, if this happens, if this happens, all the Harbin points. Now, really, they're just playing for pride because the seedings have already been prearranged. So the outcome of this game only matters really to the people, to the guys on the field.
So Hamilton, we'll get more into that as we go. Hamilton won the toss to first in the second half. It'll be Eric Rios to kick off for the Big Blue.
And back to receive for the Cardinals. Oh, ball is muffed and gone into the end zone.
And by Ohio high scale athletic rules, the punch for the kickoff went into the end zone because Freddie never had possession of the football. Then as soon as the ball goes in the end zone, it's considered a touchback.
Yeah, it was an odd kick. He just kind of, really not a full leg swing there. He just kind of punched it in kind of a knuckleball. It was kind of a tough one to catch, almost like one of them odd punts. But Colerain's going to take over Prather under center from their own 20-yard line.
Cardinals in their red and black uniforms tonight with the black bottoms.
There's a handoff up the middle to MJ Flowers. He's going to pick up about 2 yards on the play.
Yeah, Colerain just kind of looking to find some offense tonight. The defense has been playing stellar all year. Really going to be challenged by this big defensive line and linebackers. You look out there, with Hamilton, great size. They got a couple two-way players too. Be a big challenge.
The 23.
So 2nd down and 7.
Prather sends. Again, this time he keeps it on the around, gets it to the edge, just short of the line to gain, gets it to about the 28-29.
We've seen a maturity of Prather in the running game. Everybody knew he can throw the ball, and he's got a cannon. But it seems that as the year has progressed, he's gotten a little bit more confident. He will just take the ball and run instead of dancing a little bit there. And he did great to stretch that fadeout, but he seems more comfortable running with the ball in his hands.
Little officially marked at the 28-yard line. Will be 3rd down and 2 for the Colerain Cardinals. Just a straight handoff up the middle. Flowers finding some space and seam. Got behind the blockers and just rides it out past the 35 for Colerain, 1st down.
Yeah, not much happening there. They just kind of went straight at him. Colerain pretty much right up the middle.
Brought down by Keyshawn Stevens.
Hamilton really crowded the line of scrimmage with their linebackers, but you guess a hole that time they get wrong. Great blocking up front.
Cardinals stay in that traditional formation with a tight end. Man in motion. Prather hands it off again. Fullback off of one arm tackle, stays on his feet and picks up about 5 yards on the play.
Ball carrier for
taken
the
down by
Cardinals.
Keyshawn Stevens.
MJ Flowers.
Running back, defensive back. Yeah, he's a name that you're going to hear a couple times tonight. Both sides of the ball. They've got both of their star players
down and 5, ball
behind, back in the defensive backfield, and they'll both be in the offensive backfield also.
Cardinals set up 2nd and 5 and really tells you what Hamilton thinks they have to win this game by stopping the Cardinal offense. Another handoff, fullback trap. Flowers off of one tackle in the backfield, bounces off,
for the
falls
Cardinals.
forward for another
MJ
Cardinal
Flowers.
Shows his strength right there. Gets initial contacts, and Hamilton had him.
Keyshawn
He
Stevens
goes through
with
the arm
tackle for
tackle.
Hamilton.
Number 27 is limping. I think he was the one in the backfield there that had a chance for the tackle.
And you can see the kind of the strategy early from Hamilton and Coach Mahone there. They know that they're probably not going to score many points tonight, so they're putting some of their offensive stars all going both ways against this Cardinal offense, trying to prevent them from scoring here early.
That's linebacker Jordan Jones that was in the backfield on that last play. Tyler Prather drops back to pass now for the first time. Looks down the field, looking for Isaiah Myers. He gets it. Oh, he's got his hands on it, but it's in and out of his hands. A little bit of jostling back and forth there.
Well, you throw a 50-50 ball there, and he does a great job getting it, just can't collect it. He's got a high point, that ball. He kind of let it get down to his chest here.
Yeah,
that's on Myers.
Second down and 10, ball on 49.
It's not necessarily a super throw, but it didn't have to be. He's just throwing it up and letting Myers go win it, and he won it. He just didn't complete the play.
Second down and 10 now for the Cardinals. There's a handoff once again right up the middle. It was a delayed handoff. Tyler Prather kept his hand on that for quite some time. And MJ got hit right at the line of scrimmage. Actually got knocked back a yard, so it'll be third down and 11.
Yeah, good penetration by the defensive line. Kind of blew up the mesh right there. Looks like Prather wanted to pull that ball out, but with the contact from the defense right there, does a good job and holds on to it as they live to make another play.
Yeah,
but that does bring up a third down and 11.
I don't know if that was a bad read by Prather that he should have there, or the defensive end kind of played 50-50 there, kind of didn't really commit to the fullback or quarterback and really forced Prather into a bad decision there.
So third down and 11.
Sitting right at the 45-yard line of the Cardinals. They've got it. They got two wide receivers split to the top. There's Tyler. He rolls, looking for a pass. It's a short pass. Going to try and make somebody miss. Going to be hard to get 11 yards out of this. Going to get close, though. He's going to be about 4 yards shy, but they get it into Hamilton territory where it'll be fourth down.
It'll be interesting right here. They're going to go out there before I even make the decision from the zone. They only need about 4 yards for this, and they're into Hamilton territory. But they're going to play field position right now.
4 yards. It's somewhere between 4 and 3 yards.
So look back deep. Malik Bearden and Keyshawn Stevens, they're two stars. They got two guys deep sitting about their 20.
There's a snap back. Sinclair's got it. He could have run for the first down. Goodness gracious. And there's a punt, and it's a low-line punt, and it keeps all the way down inside the 15-yard line. They're going to down it looks like the 12, and that'll be where Hamilton takes over first down and 10.
Chris, I hope the Colerain coaches saw what you and I saw. The defensive line did not. Normally, we kind of hold up the offensive line, so then at least they went right back right away, and it was that delayed kick.
Sinclair could have run for 20 yards. I mean, at least 20 yards.
But if you saw, he delayed until he kicked it, so I think he has the right, I think, back there. If he wants to go, and I think he just made a decision that maybe he didn't feel like he had enough space there.
I guess. All right, so here's the Colerain defense on the field for the first time tonight. There's a handoff right over the middle. Met after about a 3-yard gain and taken down. This Colerain defense has been lights out this year on rushing. From a rushing defensive perspective, only allowing 35 yards a game, which is just a silly number.
And we talked about this earlier, and it might be a discipline thing, but it might be completely different. We talked about the seeds for this next week are already set. Well, the quarterback we expected to be Quincy Sims Marshalls. Is actually Justin McCullough back there,
who was your starting defensive back.
So he takes the ball and hands it off across the middle, this time to number 2, and he's met by an entire wall of Colerain defenders. That was Caleb Johnson, the junior, on that carry.
So we don't know if this is for what reason he's out, but it might be that there's some discipline from Marshall. We don't know. And that could be pure speculation. Or it could be that Mahone has made the decision, I'm not going to risk my quarterback this week because our seed is they're already in the 6th seed playing Moeller next week in the playoffs. Hosting.
Yeah, we don't know the history of Caleb Johnson, how much quarterback he's actually played. But
Justin McCullough.
All he's done a couple times is just turn around and hand off. So
if he's going to run to the sideline to get the play every time, I mean, they're not going to get this play off. They have 5 seconds on the play clock.
And Hamilton will take a timeout.
Yep.
I mean,
yeah, you put in a substitute quarterback. He's not really, but you're right. He is not taking hand signals. They're not setting in the place. He's running all the way.
He ran all the way to the sideline, and then he just kind of trotted back to the main group, like, you know.
Well, here's the other thing. I don't even think McCullough is their backup quarterback. They have their kind of Swiss Army knife, who was a starting quarterback a couple years ago at Moeller and Lakota West before, circumstances changed.
Well, we've seen him run the Wildcat.
He's not in either. So It makes you wonder what would happen with those two, because
consider joining the boosters
Burden
and helping
is
all of the student organizations at Colerain High
here.
School.
So Hamilton
Registration
starting this game
really easy. Visit the website www.wearecolerain.com.
And from here, I've
for more
seen
information.
both of them on the
And we
sideline.
thank you
So
for your support.
is it a coach's decision to withhold both of them for next week, or whatever it may be, that the Big Blue, who were already a run first, well, we say that right away. And guess we say all those things, and guess who's right back in the ball game?
Well, yeah, you say it's a
on third
discipline
down.
thing, but they started on defense. Maybe they're just kind of resting them on defense.
Yeah, they don't know. So on third down, Verdon will come back in at quarterback. Will come in at quarterback, excuse me.
Yeah,
The well-traveled Malik Burton. So 3rd down and 7. He takes the ball. Hands off this time once again to number 2. He breaks some tackles. He's going to take it out close to the 20-yard line, but he's going to be well short of the first down.
Cardinals are reporting like it was a fumble. They might have ruled him down.
The referees are talking about it.
See, that's the only
Tackled
thing.
by
With the new rules, they really
Colerain,
they don't
number
get in to break
Xander
up the pile. They just kind of
22.
see. It was that Corleone that came up with the ball.
You can look here on the replay to see if you can see the ball get loose before he goes down.
But have they blown the whistle at this point?
Fourth and
We
two,
don't know.
ball
But
on
either
the
way,
15.
they do stop him on 4th down and will
Yep.
be punting.
They're going to say either forward progress was stopped or he was down. Either way, it's going to be Hamilton punting on
Listen
4th
to
down
Colerain.
and 2. Cardinals are going to get great field position, maybe even close to where they punted it on their first series. Except now
And
we
they
have
throw him off sides.
number 8 for the Cardinals just jumped
Flag on the play.
and gave them the 5 yards and gave them the first
And
down.
Xander Kendall did the hard count. You're standing right there. The ball's right there.
It's not the first time that's happened this year to this Cardinals defense.
Offside,
Well, you
Colerain.
gave him a free first down.
First
You're
and
going to
10,
test
ball on
this
the
defense. Really, the
25.
ball's going to come all the way out to the 25. With two teams that are struggling to score, trying to find some offensive identity here in Week 6, it's the mental mistakes that drive a coach crazy.
Yeah, and this game is going to go by quickly. There's not going to be a whole lot of possessions for each team, so each possession is really critical. Both these
Again,
teams
McCullough.
run the ball heavily.
McCullough back in at quarterback for the Big Blue. So this is very interesting offensively for Hamilton.
Maybe. Now we've got whistles. The Cardinals are clapping as if it possibly.
game.
Yeah, they were watching the play clock, and it
Well,
did run
yeah.
all the way down.
The center was having a hard time spotting the ball, but the play
Play
clock
of
was
game,
running the
Big
whole
Blue.
time.
So that's a 5-yard penalty. We'll take the ball back to the 20-yard line, where it'll be
Still
first down and 15.
And change your quarterback.
No,
First and
still back on.
15, ball on the 20.
Looks like McCullough's going to be the guy.
But it looks like
Up
Caleb
now,
Johnson.
he goes into motion.
Caleb Johnson's gonna
Caleb
take the
Johnson's
snap.
going to do a little wildcat. He takes it out of the backfield. Gets a little bit of running room, but there's about 4 Cardinals there to make the tackle.
Caleb Johnson, the
Gets
ball
back the
carrier for
penalty.
Hamilton.
It'll be second down and about 9.
Yeah, he runs pretty strong. 6'1", 200 pounds. Just a
Xander
junior.
Kendall for the Cardinals on
And
the
we saw
tackle.
it last year from the Big Blue. He lined up at quarterback as a sophomore, and they just
Ball on
went
the
wildcat
27.
almost half,
Second and
50% of the time with him back there.
Caleb Johnson and Keyshawn Stevens really present a very difficult challenge for anyone. Now, I don't see, is Keyshawn out there on the field?
Nope.
No, see, they may be, to your point, Brandon, playing him exclusively on defense tonight. We got movement all over the place on the lines.
And here's the thing, and it not only affects it, so we've already
False
seen it
start,
where
Big
it
Blue.
affects how they get the plays in and out. They've had a delay game and they've already had to waste time out. But having that different cadence and kind of, you're not running your normal
Second
kind
down,
of, you've gotten
13,
to a
ball on
rhythm
the
over the course
22.
of 6 weeks, 7 weeks if you count
Used
the
to a
preseason.
certain voice, a certain
Well,
style.
just
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
well, if you have a different quarterback, it's just going to change the way the play's coming in and out, the way that they break the huddle. Those little things, and then we see here again another false start on the Big Blue.
I'd have to believe that this is not by design.
And they jump again.
So they set up here in the pistol, and they've got a
False
tight
start,
end
Hamilton.
who runs in kind of a false motion and sets up. And
Second
every
down,
time that he's
13,
done
ball
that,
on
an
the 22.
offensive lineman has moved. I don't know if he's seeing the tight end H-back kind of movement behind him.
So what was second and 8 has now become second and 18, thanks to the back-to-back false start 5-yard penalties against the Big Blue. Again, we're already down to about 5 minutes left in the first quarter, no score. There's a snap back again, wildcat to Johnson. He's got it. He's going to get very few yards, maybe 3 or 4 at max on that.
Ball carried for
Well,
Hamilton.
when your
Caleb
running
Johnson.
back is playing at quarterback, you're
Xander
not going to defend the
Kendall
pass.
for the Cardinals.
You're going to attack him.
On
You've
the
got
tackle.
a backup quarterback who's normally playing defensive back who goes in motion. Why cover him?
Yeah, no, totally understand.
It's kind of making the
Ball on the
linebackers,
20, third down
unless
and
they run
15.
some type of misdirection or the running back has some threat at all to throw the ball, I send everybody at him.
3rd 15 for the Big Blue. They need to get to the Cardinal their own 35. Verdon back in the quarterback.
3 wide receiver split wide to his right. He rolls, looks to pass. He's going to throw it out. Caught by number 19. Makes one man miss. Does not make the second man miss, and he's going to get tackled right past the 25-yard line. He'll be
Malik
well short of the
Verdon.
first down.
Yeah, as a Breon Ishmael just sits down outside.
Pass to
This
Breon
6'4"
Ishmael.
wide receiver
Pass completed for
just
Hamilton.
sits out there, but really, Colerain does a good job sitting behind him, not giving up yards after the catch. Going to bring up another
Devontae
4th down.
Tyner.
Nothing fancy there. Just a
Xander
roll
Kendall
out to
on
the
the
right
tackle for
flood
the
pattern,
Cardinals.
and the Cardinals will defend the sticks
Ball on the
and let them
27,
have that
4th
short
down and 8.
completion.
Underneath
Freddie
4 minutes to
Johnson
go
and
here in the
Sean
opening quarter.
Williamson for Colerain.
There's a high punt, fair catch called for at the Colerain 42-yard line.
Fair catch by Sean Williamson
That
for the
was
Cardinals.
Sean Williamson on the catch. No return. 1st down and 10 for the Cardinals. They'll get their second chance to touch the ball
First
here in
down and
the
10,
opening quarter.
42.
No score, 3:45 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, just a 31-yard net, but to your point, Chris, no return. So the Cardinals, after all of that, the punt question, get it back to where they had that first down and distance to go to start
And we'll see
end
if-
the last drive.
Yeah, we'll see if Colerain switches it up. They were having such success at the run, and really that incomplete pass kind of took them out of the rhythm of the play. If I'm Colerain, I just continue with the run.
That's exactly what they're doing. Tyler Prather fakes the handoff and follows his fullback through the hole. He's going to pick up about 5 yards on that first down run.
Yeah, I don't know what Hamilton
Tyler
is doing
Prather.
up front, or if it's just
The ball carried
what
for
it
the
is tonight, but
Cardinals.
that's the second time I think Prather has missed a read. He picks up 5, but if he hands it off to Flowers,
Gabe
Flowers
Verdon
might
on the
miss that
tackle
run.
for Big Blue. Ball on the 47, 2nd down and
It's
5.
hard to believe, right? But they've only played 5 games. I mean, technically, they'd only be halfway through a regular season.
The iris is Emmanuel.
MJ Flowers right behind him. There's a handoff this time the other way. Freddie Johnson's got it. He gets himself through the hole, stays on his feet. He's going to have enough for the first down. He's completely
Freddie
lifted
Johnson,
up
the ball
off of the
carrier for the
ground,
Cardinals.
but not until he gets into Hamilton territory, down to the 46-yard line.
Well, he does a good job. That hole initially is there on the
Malik
outside. He
Verdon.
does a good job following his
Isaac
blockers,
Kraft
cutting it back
on the
inside.
takedown
Hamilton
for
kind of
Hamilton.
closed up the outside. You saw there, really the only thing that got
Ball
in
on
Freddie
the
Johnson's way was his own
46, 1st and
blocker.
10.
So the only way he could be tackled was for the defender to kind of sweep his legs from underneath him.
So the ball is placed at the 41.
There.
Okay, they fixed the chain gang.
Yeah, they got it.
And the Cardinals jump.
Flag on the play.
That's going to be your right tackle. Moved a little bit early.
Yes.
Ben
False
Marshall.
start, Cardinals.
That's 5 yards, puts you back into your territory, this time at the 49-yard line. First down and 15.
Ball on the
I'll correct
41,
you.
1st and
That was
15.
not the right tackle, it was the quick side tackle. Cardinals don't have a set left and right. The quick
But
side
he
is
was on the
side-
right side of the line at that
the
point.
side opposite. Opposite.
What
That's
side,
off.
what side of the ball was he on that play? He was on the right side.
Quick tackle.
First down and 15, ball in the Colerain 49-yard
Semantics.
line. There's a handoff right up the middle. Ball, I think, was
That ball,
dropped, but
yeah,
then
that ball
picked
popped
right
out on
back up.
contact, but
Fumble on the play.
his momentum carried him right back to it. So he's back in
Recovered by
the,
the Cardinals.
a little bit past the
Ball
original line of
carrier,
scrimmage.
MJ Flowers.
So they'll get back to penalty yards in just maybe
Plus
a yard
1.
more.
Yep.
Yeah, Flowers delivered the blow. You like to see that from the fullback, but when he dropped the shoulder and ran over the linebacker, he also dropped the ball.
Cardinals having a lot of success through that little fullback shot here early.
Yep, there's somewhere. Number 5.
Hamilton gifts back that
Flag
5
on the
yards.
play.
And I know Colerain doesn't mix up
Offside,
the cadence too often, but I don't know if they did there. But they got the nose guard right there, and I was always
5-yard
curious about
penalty.
that. That nose guard is 18 inches away from the
Ball
ball.
on the 40, 2nd down
How do
and
you do
4.
Yeah, it's been some time, but the Cardinals have a very predictable set of cadence. They do mix it up, but it's either you're going on set or you're going after the 2 audible calls. They don't normally go for on 2 unless they do that little false motion.
So same formation here. Coming up on a minute 40 left in the opening quarter. There goes Shannon in motion. He's going to take the handoff on the jet sweep. Good defense by Hamilton Big Blue. He's going to pick up about 2 yards.
Shannon Murray, the ball carrier for the
Shannon
Cardinals.
Murray with the carry. And the Big Blue did a good job of containing it, forcing it back inside. And it just didn't seal the backside there to the Cardinals, so there's no cutback room for Murray to go.
I think Freddie Johnson kind of seals that in, and he continues it
Ball on
outside.
the 38, third
He's
down and
running out
2.
of real estate, getting close to the sidelines, but that does bring up a 3rd down and 2, probably in 2-down territory where they're at now.
Yeah, I agree with you. This is 2-down territory. Again, you're under a minute to go in the opening quarter. Nobody's even come close to getting to an end zone.
Cardinals will take a timeout.
Yeah, their play clock was going down.
Timeout, Cardinals.
Cardinals will have 3rd and 2 here with 54 seconds remaining in the first quarter. It's a big set of downs here.
We'd like to thank our friends at UC
I will
Health.
note-
Proud to be the official orthopedics and sports medicine provider of your Colerain Cardinals.
It is. I mean, the rules
The
have
doctors
changed
of
the way
UC
that
Health Orthopedics and
the
Sports
center
Medicine
handles the
provide
ball.
award-winning
Referees kind of
care
stay out of it.
in order to keep
But
the
it
Cardinals
just
at the
seems
top of their
tonight
game.
the play clock's
They can do
starting a
the
little bit
same
quicker.
for
than
Well, I
it
was
needs.
going to know
UC Health's
that
world-class
everyone had these
physicians
rules and
diagnose
everyone
and
was
treat
strict
all
about that kind of week one.
spine,
As with
hand,
anything, when you have new
joint trauma,
rules
and
or
sports
any rules
medicine
that is, you
conditions.
kind of relax.
You can learn more on their
We were
website,
here a few weeks ago.
uchealth.com.
The Cardinals had kind of
Experience why
forgotten
we
about
see
that
the
rule where
power
everyone's
of
supposed to stand on the
rehabilitative
dot of the
care every
sideline.
day. Again, our thanks
Cardinals, I think,
to
may
UC
have gotten
Health
noticed
for
that,
their
hey,
support.
everyone, that you're supposed to stay on your dot here on the sidelines. Just the little things that you notice that are a little bit different about this year for the Cardinals.
Big 3rd down and 2 here for Colerain. There's a man in motion. There's a handoff right across the middle.
First
He's
down.
have enough for the first down is the Colerain Cardinals. All the way down to the Hamilton 32-yard line.
MJ Flowers,
And
ball
as far as
carrier
many
for the
struggles as
Cardinals.
the Cardinals offensive line, that's really been the most maligned
Jordan
unit
Jones
so far this year on the
on the
Cardinals.
tackle for Big
So
Blue.
far, all the yards really for the Cardinals
Ball on the
haven't
32,
been
first and
true
10.
option plays. They've just been these little fullback belly option or belly traps, and it's really nothing but push up front, making that hole and picking up the 4 to 5 yards each time.
First down and 10 for the Cardinals. 30 seconds left here in the opening quarter. There's a ball, drops back, looks to pass. It's Tyler Prather. He's got plenty of time. He's going to throw it deep to Isaiah Myers, and it's just past his outstretched arms. Just missed him. He was wide open down the sideline.
Yeah, you got to make that catchable. I mean, he catches that. He's 5 yards out of bounds. He had him there in the fade in the corner and just
There's a
missed.
double move.
Isaiah Myers, the intended
Both
receiver for the
Myers and
Cardinals.
Freddie Johnson in the slot, both kind of hooked, but Myers did a little hook and go.
Ball on the 32,
He's there.
second down and 10.
And it's not a bad play call here because you're deep in Hamilton territory, and maybe at this point you realize you're probably going to go for it on 4th down anyways.
We just hope that doesn't get him off schedule here. Need to be penalty free. There goes Freddie Johnson in motion. He's going to take it around, try and get around the side. He's going to pick up a few yards, but there's a
Freddie
penalty
Johnson, the
flag.
ball carrier for
That
Colerain.
probably does not bode well for the Cardinals on
Well,
that
it's
side.
a 2nd down, they're probably going to get a penalty.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's
looks
gonna be
like
holding.
see the referee on the other side signaling holding.
That's exactly what you
Flag
can't
on the
have if you
play.
throw an incomplete pass and gain no
Holding
yardage on
Cardinals.
first down.
Yeah, Freddie does a good job here. He's looking to turn it up and staying a little bit patient there on the outside. Goes back outside, but I believe that outside receiver, can't see who that is, got a little too much jersey.
So remains 2nd down.
Yeah, spot foul, though. It's going to bring it back 10 all the way to the 41.
Cardinals need the 22 for the first down.
They might not get a playoff.
They had plenty of time.
Ball on the 41,
5 seconds left.
It was 15.
second down and 18.
Oh, in the quarter. Sorry. Gotcha.
Yep. That will be the final play of the first quarter.
And that's the
So
end of the
one
first
quarter
quarter.
break here at Colerain High
The
School.
score.
Colerain Cardinals 0.
Hamilton Big Blue, nothing. Your
0.
Cardinals, nothing.
Sorry, I was looking at the play clock. I'm like, they got plenty of time.
I know. I was too. But you're right.
Beginning
Can
cooperation
you
with
say
state
that again?
regulations, Colerain High School would like to remind everyone
Probably not.
to please wear a mask at all times. Maintain a safe social
Thanks to
distance of
everybody
6
that's
feet.
listening at home.
And
Thanks
to
to
wash your
everybody
hands.
here from
There are hand
Wake Cross
sanitizer
Community,
stations located at the
media.
entrance and at
All
the
your
concession
volunteers
stand.
here on a
Our
beautiful,
players and
beautiful day.
staff,
I mean,
thank you
it's at least football
for your
weather.
Oh, yeah, it
cooperation.
is. No
The
question
stands
about
are weird. It's homecoming night without a parade.
And
It's
speaking of the
homecoming night
concession stand, all the
without
proceeds are going to
the
benefit the
floats and
Colerain
all
High
the
School Booster
dresses.
Association and Colerain High School. Tonight we've got plenty of drinks, snacks, candy, and grilled items available for you throughout the game tonight.
So to kind of reset a little bit here, kind of from our intro, we kind of had to jump in. We had a little
Also,
bit of technical
thanks to
difficulty to
Novacare
start, but both
Rehabilitation,
teams
who's the
come in
leader in
as nice
physical
play
therapy
3
and
and 2.
athletic training.
Again, having
They're an
played only
exclusive
5
athletic
games,
training and physical
representing
therapy
the final
provider here
regular
at
season
Colerain
game
High
of the
School.
year.
Into over
Coaches this
27
week
area high
voted in the
schools,
region
middle schools,
for
colleges,
seeding and
and
playoffs.
professional
It was
teams.
unlike anything
From
that has
football
happened
players to soccer
for
moms
Ohio
and
high
from
school
weekend warriors to
football
working
ever.
professionals.
Talk a little bit about
Injuries
that
do
more later in the
happen.
program. 2nd down and 18 now for the Cardinals. Tyler Prather takes it, rolls to his left, decides to cut it upfield, keeps it. It's going to take it up to the 35-yard line, I think is where they'll mark him.
Yeah, maybe a little short, maybe a 30.
Tyler
Yeah.
Prather, the ball carrier for the
Nothing
Cardinals.
fancy out there. They just sent a man in motion into the eye, and the fullback in motion.
Yeah,
And kind of just
murdered.
run a speed option.
For
Hampton
Big Blue
does a
on the
good job
tackle.
of streaming out. We've seen Prather in past weeks kind of string that ball out and then finally come
Ball on
back.
the 36, third down and
Unable to do
14.
So on that play.
I tell you, he's cut pretty low on that tackle there. Comes up limping a little bit, and he's going to actually come out of the ball game. Freddie Johnson's going to come in.
Yeah, he comes out, Amari Shannon goes in now. So you've got MJ Flowers right there in the middle with Amari Shannon dotting the I. See what Freddie Johnson can do here at quarterback. Takes back and actually throws it, and throws it right over the head of the intended receiver, so it'll be 4th down in the country
Freddie
mile.
Johnson's
So
pass intended
on comes the punting unit, I would
for
think.
Shannon Murray for the Cardinals.
I mean, it's 4th down and 14.
Well,
on
yeah,
the
Freddie
36,
comes in, you
fourth
think
down
he's
and
going to run the
14.
ball. It surprises everybody with the throw, but
Surprised everyone with a quick screen out of throw.
Right, exactly. Was not expecting that at all. So Brandon Sinclair, number 4, coming in for the Cardinals, lining up just past
In
the
the backfield
50-yard
for Big
line.
Blue, Malik Verdon.
He's got an opportunity to get a good punt off here, and we can pin
Punting
Hamilton
for the
deep in their
Cardinals,
own
Brandon Sinclair.
end of the field. Snap is back. Sinclair's got it. It's a good
nice
punt.
angled kick.
Yep, going to the corner and out right at around maybe the 10-yard line.
That's where he's going to start his run.
Yep.
He's going to walk it up.
To the 10.
10 and a half.
10 and a half. We'll take it.
We're at an odd angle, so I thought it was much further
Ball
up. than it
spotted
was.
on the 10.
Yeah, I
line,
thought it was
first
inside
and
the 10,
10.
but you're right, from where we're sitting.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
take
you
that.
thought it was inside the 10. I thought it was way
That's
above the 10.
So 1st down and 10 for Big Blue on their own 10-yard line. No score here. Both Cardinals with 2 possessions coming up empty on both. Big Blue will have their 2nd offensive series forthcoming. Third.
Second.
Yeah.
Second.
Second?
Second.
Second.
That's
Yep.
right.
That first one took so long because of the penalties. It
Okay,
ate
yeah.
up a lot of that.
Justin McCullough back at quarterback.
Yep, and they're trying to run it right through the middle of the line, and I'm just going to tell you, that's not generally going to work very well against this Cardinals.
I'm just going to tell you, you need to
Somebody's
blow
got
the
to call
whistle.
a whistle, Dad. Colerain comes up with ball out of that pile.
Caleb
Did
Johnson,
they
the ball
benefit
carrier
from a
for
slow
Big Blue.
whistle? They're talking about
Tackled by
it.
a host of Cardinals.
They
Yeah,
are.
give it to 'em.
It's a turnover.
You know, they didn't call the play dead for forward
Fumble on the
motion.
play, recovered
They
by
kept the play
Colerain.
going, kept the play going, and I was kind of complaining that they should have called a whistle, but
Terrell Banks is the Cardinal that comes away with it.
yeah, the rest of the Colerain Cardinals held him up. Banks reaches a hand in there and definitely takes the ball away.
Ball
The big
spotted
first
on the 9-yard
turnover.
line.
Colerain inside the 10 of Hamilton Big Blue at the 9.
I know it.
First and goal for
That
Colerain.
was not. That whistle should have blown way early.
Yeah, absolutely.
As you can imagine, head coach Nate Mahan of Big Blue is over talking to the head referee. He's not
'Cause it doesn't
particularly
matter if he's-
understanding or happy with that call.
It doesn't matter if he's still running. He has no forward progress when they let the play go.
Right. So now it's 1st down and 10 for the Cardinals inside the 10-yard line, so it'll be 1st and goal. Tyler Prather back in at quarterback. Takes the ball, hands off to MJ Flowers. He cuts it into the middle, takes it down inside the 5-yard line.
MJ Flowers, the ball
Good
carrier
run for
Colerain.
the junior fullback.
Don't do anything fancy right here.
Right.
That little reverse trap that they run with the fullback
Xavier
has been
Rubio on the tackle for
successful
Big
for
Blue.
at least 3 yards every time
Ball
they run it.
spotted
I
on
know
the
there's
5,
less
second down and goal.
room the closer you get to the goal line to work with. We got a Hamilton Blue player down, so there's going to be a timeout on the field. But don't get queued up here.
No, you're totally right. Just keep doing what you're doing. I mean,
Big Blue referring to the
Injury
Hamilton's
on the
big
field of
game,
Big
not
Blue.
that he's sick or depressed.
No, not at all.
Yeah. I attempted it, didn't land.
we talked about a little bit earlier, boys. It's just for the first time in our time, certainly, and first time in 2 decades, it's very strange to be sitting here in the last week of the regular season and to think about Colerain not being the champions of the GMC. It's been a very trying year after having 2 GMC losses here at home. They're unfortunately not going to be in a position to even tie for the conference championship. That decision will be made tonight between Lakota West and Mason, who are playing. If West wins, they win the title outright. And former Colerain coach Tom Bolden will have brought his first GMC championship to Lakota West. If they lose, then I think Mason and Lakota West share it.
With Princeton. It'll be a three-way tie.
Assuming Princeton wins.
Yeah.
Yes, they're going to be my next statement. If Princeton wins and Mason wins, then there will be a three-way tie for the GMC championship. So
Princeton, I believe.
number 5 getting up and moving off the field very slowly.
Xavier Rubio.
And that's a big blow for the Big Blue.
Yep.
Rubio's been making some plays out front for Hamilton, so hopefully the young man's okay.
He's kind of walking off on his own, but he's leaning on one of the assistants pretty heavily. So,
And we remember, we got to think about not just this week. Again, essentially this game is really meaningless.
you hate to use the word, right?
Yeah.
Because every contest matters to the kids who practice and
Yeah.
play for it. But you're right. From a perspective of where will it end them, either team up next week, it doesn't really matter. Prather under center, takes the ball this time once again, hands it off to MJ Flowers, and he takes it into the end zone for a touchdown, Cardinals. MJ Flowers with 6 on the board.
And again, we talked about Hamilton maybe holding some things back. Maybe the Cardinals holding things back, but holding things back, we've seen that same play over and over again. Not much more in the playbook tonight. And then again, Flowers finds some space and falls forward for a touchdown.
Yeah, the only time that momentum has really been stopped has either been penalties or when they've attempted a pass play. If they
And the one pass play should have been a touchdown. It should have been a big play. Just dropped it.
Tyler Prather, the holder.
So Petchney back to kick, and we've got movement on the offensive line.
Petchney.
Casagrande to snap. Prather to hold. Pitchney.
False start, Colerain. 5-yard penalty.
It'll be a little bit more difficult now.
This back to NFL extra point range.
No, that's from the 15. This will be from the 8. Seven, I'm sorry, which will make the ball down to 15, which makes it a 25-yard field goal attempt on an extra point. Kick is up. Kick
Field goal is good.
27 to play in the first half. Scoring
Extra point is good. Colerain 7, Hamilton.
And back to the point where everything's kind of set. We know next week that the Hamilton Big Blue will host the Moeller Crusaders. And next week also the Colerain Cardinals will be the 5th seed in Region 4, and they will host the Milford Eagles.
Yeah,
And it's the 5 seed out of how many? 16
Yeah,
teams.
every team making the playoffs, and it just got lucky. Normally, Division 1 in Ohio has 72 teams and this year with all the circumstances, teams had the right to option out and not make the playoffs because everyone is automatically qualified. And it just so happens that of the teams that opted out, they ended up with a perfect 64-team bracket in Division 1.
because they were talking earlier that this next week was going to have to be a bye
Jaden
week.
Petchney.
Yeah, all the other
Cardinals.
divisions have buys next week.
Is that right? Every other division
so
does?
So LaSalle, Winton Woods, they will be off next week. There was a chance just because there would have been 17 teams had
Receiving for Big Blue, number 2, Caleb
and
Johnson.
a team that opted out and Middletown got moved into a different region as the kick is away by Pitchney. I think the Cardinals are offsides. That would have basically set up that
Flag on
about
the play.
13, the top 13 seeds would have got buys. That's how
Offside,
just to try to
Cardinals.
get down to an even number to make the brackets out
Yeah,
work.
this year gets weirder and weirder. As we were saying earlier, this is a game where you've got your spreadsheet out, and we've got a couple of the local professional journalists, I won't call it by name, actually would tune in to us because you guys were so good at, if this happens, we got 15, I won't name the guy from the Inquirer that always calls us and consults with us with the
I'll give him
Harvard
some credit with technology. He DMs us on Twitter.
Oh, yeah. But it's one of those,
We do. I do have a bit of a hole in my fall season. I got to be honest with you. Cardinals penalized 5 yards for offside, so they move the ball back 5 yards. There's a squib kit down the middle, picked up, and there's going to be a big return there. Cardinals have got to make a tackle, and they've got to make it soon. Great return
Caleb
for Hamilton
Johnson,
out past
ball
the
carrier
40-yard
for Big
line,
Blue.
and they're going to start off 1st and 10 all the way up at their own
Sean Williamson,
43-yard line.
Flowers
Big
on the tackle
momentum
for the
shift there for
Cardinals.
the Big Blue is they've really
Ball
been
spotted
trapped
on
on
the
their own
43,
end the
first and
entire
10.
First quarter in there to start the second. So now really it was one play there in the second quarter. They've been trapped down their own end, so that gives them here a chance to at least flip the field in this possession.
senior Justin McCullough back in the shotgun at quarterback.
One man behind him. He takes it, hands it off to him. Number 8 tries to run through the middle. He does make several guys miss. That's Keyshawn Stevens, who I think we're seeing him maybe for the
Keyshawn
first time on
Stevens,
offense. And I'll
ball
tell you
carrier
what,
for Hamilton.
he's a dynamic football player, only a junior. He's going to pick up
Ronald
7
Williams
yards on that
Jr.
first down run,
Xavier
right in the middle of the
Johnson.
defense.
Johnson's the junior.
On the tackle for the Cardinals.
Stevens is the senior.
I had those two mixed up earlier.
Ball spotted
too.
on the
Stevens is
50,
one a
second
couple
down
years
and
back
3.
was the one that was the quarterback for the big blue.
Second down and 3. Huh.
Stevens met in the backfield.
Keyshawn Stevens, the ball carrier for Big Blue.
He'll fight to get back to the line of scrimmage and may have fell forward for about a half yard.
Thank you for that correction. I thought he was a junior.
Dante Corleone.
Corleone, we
on the
fought him
tackle
a
for
couple
the
times.
Cardinals.
A good matchup up front for him. Jacob Harmon,
Ball on the
5'10",
49.
275.
Third
He's
down and
got his
2.
hands full. Got penetration. I mean, Hamilton's not doing much different than Colerain were doing. Just to sit back and send the guy right up the middle of the field. They've tried a couple outside. They've tried a couple passes. And they're going to switch it up here. The running backs will be at quarterback, but
Yep, this guy's moving all over the place. Yep, that's
the
gonna be flag.
H-back
Flag on
moved
the
again.
flag.
Well, that's a real break for the Cardinals there. That's going to be 5 yards motion penalty
start, Big
against
Blue.
Hamilton.
Third down and
Again,
7.
Brandon,
Ball
I'll
on
go
the
back to you.
44.
Maybe agree with what you said earlier. The change in cadence right there kind of threw it off. That wasn't your offensive lineman. That was your H-back, fullback kind of going in motion, and he left early.
So Verdun will come back in at quarterback here in the third and long situation.
He's got 3 wide receivers split wide to his right. With Johnson in the backfield with it, he takes it. He's going to roll right. He's going to want to tuck it and run. He's going to try and cut it back up the middle, and he does. He's going to get a couple of yards. Not a whole lot, though.
Malik Verdun, the carrier.
Yeah, one of the Colerain Cardinals from the weak side came unblocked and kind of forced him up the middle. 22.
Michael Best
for
Jr. on the
Cardinals.
tackle for Colerain.
Sean Williamson is up slow for the Cardinals and kind of get bent over. He was the Cardinal who made the initial tackle, but when the swarm
Official
of other
timeout.
Cardinals came in, he kind of fell back on by the rest of his teammates.
Well, he's normally back there as one of our kick returners. It's probably
Ball on
going to
the
change things
48,
up.
fourth
But
down and
hey, look
5.
up. You got your backup quarterback, Justin McCullough, is your punter. Colerain's got to be smart right there.
Justin McCullough.
So there's a snap back. There's a punt. Up. Out.
And here's the thing I was fearing. It was kind of Williamson should have just went down. He is the second.
When you're hurt, lay down.
He should have went down. So there was a little confusion about who was going out there, and
Yep.
and
Ball
Hamilton was
spotted
like,
on
"We're
the
going to go
18
right
yard
now."
line.
The
It'll be
defense
first
doesn't
and
come
10.
out.
Was that Shannon?
And Shannon, who's
Yep.
your backup coming in for Williamson, really wasn't set back there. Never had time, and then all of a sudden the ball's right at him. You get lucky that his muffed punt goes out of bounds.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can see him trying to run to get to the ball here on replay, and he didn't get there. You're right. He wasn't set.
Well, he was running. He was still snapping his helmet, running back to where
Right.
his position when
And
that
it's
ball
also
was
one of
kicked.
those things. He's not in the mindset. He's in the mindset of I got to hurry up and go on the field, not concentrate on catching the football.
So Colerain's going to take over. This is probably their deepest possession, starting at their 12.
Tyler Prather under
17.
center. Freddie Johnson in motion. There's a handoff up the middle. MJ Flowers has got it. Met in the hole by number 27 of the Hamilton defense. Couple of yards.
Jordan Jones makes the stop, but you like it when the secondary line
MJ
has to make the
Flowers, the ball
first
carrier
contact.
for
Flowers
Colerain.
untouched until he picked up 4 yards.
Jordan Jones.
Jordan Jones is
on
going
the
to get a
tackle for
lot
Big
of
Blue.
tackles tonight, I have a feeling.
He already
Ball
has
spotted on the 21.
Yeah, we've already
Second down
heard his
and
name
6.
several times. 7-0 Cardinals here. 7:25 to go here in the opening half. Time's flying by as these two teams have only attempted, I want to say, maybe 3 passes combined. Tyler Prather under center. This time, once again, hands it off. Tyler. MJ Flowers
the
took
ball
it.
carrier for
And guess who
Colerain.
grabbed him and pulled him backwards? 27.
Jordan Jones on the tackle for
Jordan
Big
Jones
Blue.
on the tackle once
Yeah,
again.
and it doesn't get much easier of a read there than it does for Prather there.
Ball
That
spotted
just
on the
opened up
22,
into
first
an
and
easy
10.
give route, and it's not to the second level that the tackle is made, but not before another Cardinal first down.
He literally grabbed Flowers by the back of the jersey and pulled him backwards. That's not easy to do. Flowers is not a small guy. A little bit of confusion in the Cardinal backfield. Here we go. Freddie Johnson lines up offset. Now he goes into motion. There's a handoff once again to Flowers, and they are just going to continue to run the ball right up the middle
MJ Flowers, the
until
ball carrier
Hamilton
for
shows that they
Colerain.
can consistently stop it. Got about 3 yards on that first down run. We have a Hamilton player down.
Gabe Verdun on the tackle for
That's
Hamilton.
just a defensive lineman.
Yep.
So normally they're on
Ball spotted on the 31.
three-man
Second down
front.
and 7.
The defense, that play side defensive lineman's going to get triple teamed as the other blockers will come off on the secondary level. So we probably just got kind of sandwiched there.
Yeah, that was Jordan Jones, your linebacker.
Oh, no, someone got caught up in the pile.
Yep.
Johnson once again in motion. This time a fake handoff. Tyler Prather's going to keep it. Well defensed by Malik Verdon. Stayed on his man, tackled Tyler, but not until he picked
Tyler
up about
Prather.
3 more yards.
Carry for
But when you
Colerain.
got a guy at the edge that's got that kind of wingspan, he takes away the pitch with just the length of his arm.
Malik Verdon.
Yeah.
Forces him to go inside and is quick enough to beat him to the point.
And it's not a bad idea to kind of do that little fake
On the
pitch
tackle
and cut
for
up
Big
on the
Blue.
inside, but Verdon shows why
Ball
he's
on 34,
committed.
34.
The University of Miami probably going to end up on the defensive side of the ball there too.
Miami University.
Yes. The one in Oxford.
Yeah. Third down. Fakes the handoff. Tyler Prather keeps it. He goes around the end. Pitches it very late. Going to have enough for the first down. Run out of bounds
Freddie Johnson,
on the
the
far
back here for
sideline. That's
Colerain.
Freddie Johnson who picks up another Cardinal first down.
Knocked out of bounds.
It's the first
by
time
number
we've seen
7, Justin
the option
McCullough
run
for
through its
Hamilton.
completion. He fakes the fullback, keeps himself. Hamilton does a great job stringing it
First
out,
and
but since
10,
they
ball
run to the
spotted on
wide
the 40.
side, there's a little bit of extra room. Freddie Johnson, first down to the 40.
Yeah, he gets the first down. I do kind of wonder if Prather just puts his head down and doesn't risk the pitch, that he probably still gets the first down, but the Cardinals will take the result.
Tyler Prather under center. Takes it. Fakes the handoff. Keeps himself. He's going to get tackled from behind, but again, not before he picks
Tyler
up 4
Prather.
yards on the play.
The ball
Very
carrier for
good job.
Colerain.
Again, the option read here this time for the pitch
Blake
man
Hawkins
is
on the
Verdun.
tackle for
And
Hamilton.
basically, Verdun doesn't make a decision. So Prather, when that read guy on the outside doesn't make a decision, he just kind of, they call it a box. He just kind of boxes in between the two.
Ball spotted on the
The read is
44.
not-
Second down and
is then
6.
just, all right, you're not going to come at either one of us. I'm at least going to fall forward if I take it myself, cut it up, and pick up 4 yards.
Second down and 6 for the Cardinals. Their own 44-yard line. Nursing a 7-0 lead, trying to add to it. Tyler Prather takes it, spins, rolls to his right, looks for some running room. He's going to lower his head. He's going to get hit hard,
Tyler
but he
Prather,
is
the
going to
ball
pick
carrier
up a
for
couple of
Colerain.
yards on the play. He got smacked.
Well, I think in the end, though, he's the one who delivered the blow.
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it? 27 once again.
That's Jordan Jones
Jordan
again.
Jones.
He's
A little slow to get up.
Jordan
banged up
Jones.
a little bit. I don't know if he's not
Good
playing at
tackle
100%,
for
but he does
Hamilton.
make the play.
And that's the second time we've kind of seen that play. They both kind of only got
Ball
3
spotted
yards
on
on
the
the carry.
46.
So it's the second
Third
time we've
down
seen
and
tonight
4.
where they run that fullback track, but then they play action off of it and just kind of a bootleg in this, or not even a bootleg, just kind of a fake that the quarterback rolls right around that fullback. It hasn't been stopped for a loss, but it hasn't got a big gain for the Cardinals.
We got whistles here.
Play
Timeout.
clock.
Yep.
Timeout.
Timeout. Hamilton. So that's interesting.
Timeout.
Yeah,
Big Blue.
it was interesting. The play clock got started and it got a little bit slow starting because they were waiting for the Hamilton player.
Yeah, I
But
think the
just-
Cardinals would have got the playoff. I don't know if they necessarily because they're waiting for their injured. Like, again, if you're hurt, and I know he's one of your better, he's your middle linebacker, so you want to keep him out there. But if you're hurt, go down because they're forced to use a timeout here because I don't think the defense was completely set. If you got your middle linebacker kind of still shrugging off the last play, that's going to open up the middle if the Cardinals going to attack.
Well, they got a couple linebackers that are limping out there too. Blake Hawkins, number 22. Both your middle linebackers kind of got a giddy up in their hitch.
And early
A
on,
slight limp.
kind of seeing what the Cardinals traditionally have been accused, and not necessarily accused of, but known for, but kind of the big plays kind of take it away. But this is kind of that grind it out. We're just going to wear you down over the course of 4 quarters. We're seeing it here late here in the second quarter.
And if I know my Colerain football, I'm looking for Freddie Johnson coming on the counter.
Haven't seen that yet tonight. Need 4 yards to get the first down.
Try to draw them off sides with the fake motion. This time there's a little bit of movement up front, but they don't jump into the neutral zone.
Freddie Johnson goes in motion. There's your counter. You called it. Shannon Murray's got it, and he's going to have enough for the first down. Takes it all the way down to the Hamilton 46-yard
Shannon
line.
Murray, the
And
ball
that's where it'll be
carrier for
first
Colerain.
down, Cardinals.
Don't give me too much credit, Chris. I called the right play, but I called the wrong
On the tackle
person.
for Big Blue. Malik
Murray
Verdun.
gets it and finds a nice little seam. He doesn't need
And
much of a
Verdun.
crease.
Now here is, sorry.
That's an op done.
Ball on the 46.
There is
First
one
and
little
10.
nuance there, though, that Cardinals might want to work on going into next week if they see it on film. Freddie Johnson was slightly farther up in the formation than Shannon Murray was. I don't know if that's because he was the blocker or he just does that every single time, but it might have been a little cue.
Kind of a crooked wing.
Back to the I formation. Tyler Prather drops back, looks to pass. Heavy pursuit by Malik Verdon. He throws it deep, and it's in and out of the hands of the intended receiver.
That's Freddie.
That's Freddie Johnson out there on
Pass
the
from
side.
Tyler Prather.
Kind of threw it behind him a little bit.
He's pressured a little
Freddie
bit. It's
Johnson
kind of a flat
passing
ball, but
complete.
Freddie turns around and sees it and does get 2 hands on it. He's got to make that catch.
That's one of those in-between plays
Justin
where
McCullough on the coverage.
it's behind
for Hamilton.
Freddie, but it hits him in the hands. He's going to catch it, but Prather can't get a better ball. He throws it in the right spot. He throws it behind the defender because that's where the man he's throwing
Ball
his
on the
man
46,
open there.
second and 10.
Throwing behind the defender, but he
Oftentimes
just
called
couldn't
in.
get a good throw because of the pressure.
Yeah, Malik Verdon was bearing down on him. They call that a back shoulder throw? Is that what they-
Yeah, if it's attempted that. I don't think he did that on purpose.
There's the handoff up the middle once again to MJ Flowers, and he's going to move the pile all the way down to the
MJ Flowers,
41-yard
ball carrier
line.
for Colerain.
So good run on second down. The Cardinals needed that. Thought he was going to be stopped for less, but he kept the pile moving.
Yeah, keep the legs
On the
turning.
tackle for Big Blue.
It's going to make
Gabe
this third down a
Verdon.
little bit more manageable.
And Blake
It'll
Hawkins.
be about 5 yards.
We're
Kind
down
of
to-
interesting
Ball on the
with the
41,
lead. Whether
third down
if
and
you
5.
get about half of this, you might go for it
Well,
on
we got
fourth
3
down.
minutes to play in the half, so the Big Blue, who haven't really posed a throwing threat, will have not a lot of time to work with. The Cardinals can work the clock.
Yep. Plus, the Cardinals with 2 timeouts. Hamilton with just the 1. So there's the handoff to Tyler Prather, to MJ Flowers, and he ran the back of the offensive lineman. I
Flowers,
think he
ball
lost
carrier
a
for
couple of
Colerain.
yards.
Well,
And there's no hesitation on Colerain's part. They send out the punting unit.
yeah, they had to get at least half that. They gave it an attempt. It's a great play up front. I'm trying to get a number. 61. Jacob
Ball
Harmon
will be
just kind of
punted by
blew
Colerain
up
by
the
Brandon
offensive
Sinclair.
lineman. And he hit him so hard when Flowers hit the offensive lineman from behind. He knocked them both down.
Malik
Yeah, I think
Verdon
Flowers was
and
probably going to
Keyshawn
take the first down.
Stevens.
He's on the right track, but the offensive lineman
Receiving
is
for
supposed to
Hamilton.
just hold that line, gets blown back into the veer path, and it basically Flowers knocks himself down.
Snap back to Sinclair. He's got it. It's another low line drive punt.
He
It
fair caught
bounces.
that. He fair caught that. He can't run it after a fair catch.
Well, they're blowing the whistle. They're blowing the whistle. They heard you, Brian.
Yeah, but he needed a penalty. He called a fair catch. He is not allowed to run it back. They noted it down, but I believe it is a penalty for
Well, hopefully somebody down there in the field knows that, if that is in fact the case.
Brandon. You're our rules specialist.
That's just because I like to contradict whatever you guys say.
I mean, you returned a lot of kicks in your
Ball is
day.
ruled down. On the 12-yard line, it'll be 1st and 10. Hamilton.
Referees are talking about it.
No, I don't
No?
think they are.
Well,
I think-
Coach Cutright in putting up a stink, so.
So the Cardinals come up empty-handed on their third possession of the first half. With 1:53 left to go, they, nursing that 7-0 lead, now need to play defense. Hamilton with 1 timeout. There's a snap, a handoff across the middle. Good run by number 2, Caleb
Johnson, the ball
on the
carrier
carry.
for Big Blue.
And McCullough at the quarterback hasn't thrown a pass yet, so really no sense of urgency. They do switch to Verdon. Has been Verdon. Has been the only one
Cossé
who's
on the
thrown
tackle
ball.
for Colerain.
Yeah,
But
they-
with
Ball on the
only 1
17, second down
timeout,
and
this
4.
clock is running down to 1:30.
But isn't this exactly what they did last year at Hamilton? They just bled the clock the entire game and moved slowly, and
That cost them in the end of the game because they ran out of time.
yeah. I mean, there's still 10 seconds.
And the ball is loose. It's a race. Verdon
Still loose.
Still loose.
Still loose.
Cardinals on top.
Colerain is forced.
Touchdown, Cardinals! Snap over the head of Malik Verdon, and he can't recover to the end zone, and the defense swarms and falls on top of it for the special team score. We'll take those 6
I think
points.
it's going to be number 26, Ronnie Williams Jr. is going to be the Cardinal who ends up with the touchdown.
You know, Colerain's both scorers have come up with fumbles. The first one inside the 10, this one a bot snapped into the end zone. Colerain is driven, but their offense is sputtered. Only when given the short field on these 2 turnovers, they've gotten the 13
recovery
points.
for Colerain.
But I tell you what, you got an athlete like that back at quarterback at 6'4", and you can still get over his head. That's on the
Yeah,
set right there.
Verdon got a
J.B.
hand on the
Pesney.
ball, but that one sailed.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was a great snap. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up.
Kick is good with 1:10
Extra
to play
point
in
is
the
good
half.
for
The
Colerain.
Cardinals 14, the Big Blue 0.
Wow, worst case scenario for
Score
the
now, your
Hamilton Big
Cardinals
Blue.
14.
Even if you get
Big Blue
stopped on
nothing.
offense there, you're going into the locker room only down
Another
one
look out on
score.
Waycross, and he didn't even. I thought he got a hand on it. He didn't. It was I don't know where that snap was going. As a former center, I don't know how you could be that bad because.
Was he not ready for it? Did it come
No,
early?
it was 5 feet. It was.
Well, I know it was bad, but
it
was he
over
not looking
his,
for it too?
No, it was
Okay.
over his head and way to his side. So
big break for the Cardinals there on the offensive miscue by Big Blue. They were able to pounce on that ball in the end zone, put 6 more on the board, and with the extra point now lead 14-0.
and as many miscues as you can maybe attribute to the change of quarterback, that's not one. Your center, he practices all year. He's hitting himself
In the backfield for Hamilton,
with
Caleb
his
Johnson.
arm in the same spot on his thigh pad every single time. He practices that every day. So just one of those things that sometimes happens. Unfortunately for the Big Blue.
Dangerous. Caleb Johnson back to receive this.
There's a punt
Stay
that
in
drops
bounds.
right around the 25-yard line. Picked up and then hit and taken down immediately.
Xander Kendall is back.
We haven't seen that this year that much out of Pesci. He does a great job. He's just kind of a pooch kick, and there's kind of a soft spot in the zone, and they get it to a wide receiver to return it. He's not really ready for it. And it takes time to get there, almost like a coffin corner kick.
I mean, honestly,
Keyshawn Stevens on the catch.
Honestly, if your kickoff specialist can't put it in the end zone every time, I would do that every time. Because you create
like that, don't
chaos.
you? Yeah.
You create, there's just one extra thing that a guy is not used to returning has to do.
So first down and 10 for Hamilton now on their own 27-yard line. 1:07 left to go here in the first half. There's a snap back to Burton. He's going to try and find some room. He can't find anything.
There's nobody there.
And he just launches it
Literally
completely out of bounds.
No one there.
And there's the
10's relatively close, but he was inside that hash when he's thrown.
Coach Cutright does not play for Coach Jersey.
Penalty on the play, intentional grounding.
No, he didn't, but he had a nice catch, though.
I mean, that was a perfect pass right to him.
Will be spotted on the 27.
I don't know how there's
Second
even
down
a
and 10.
discussion.
Well, I tell you what, and Verdon takes a big hit, and he's come up limping.
There we go. I'm like, how is that even a discussion?
I think they're just verifying what they
you know
saw.
what? Stops the clock. Colerain still has. It's loss of down. Colerain has 2 timeouts left.
It's a spot penalty. I mean, he's still in the pocket, and there's literally no one ever. There's no one on that side of the hash.
No. Number 10 was trying to
A
get over there.
reminder,
He
too,
just couldn't quite
if
get over
you've
there.
visited the concession stand lately and you do not have your phone, check to see if you do have your phone, but if you visited the concession stand lately and you don't have it, your phone is located there.
So they're marking it off.
So it's just that's inside the 10.
Second down. It's a handoff up the middle. No, fakes the handoff. Keeps himself, does Burton, and he's got it into the open. He's going to have enough for the first down, and he's on his horse being chased by Freddie Johnson and tackled out of bounds, but not until he takes it all the way into Colerain territory.
For Big Blue.
Huge run for Malik Burton and the Hamilton Big
Knocked out of
Blue.
bounds by
Well, that's what he
Freddie
can do. He's a
Johnson.
tremendous athlete. Even with he got banged up on that last play, but doesn't show much of it there. And good thing Freddie Johnson can fly. He cuts him off,
Ball
but
spotted on the
he does get out of
42, first down
bounds.
and 10.
All the way down to the Colerain 42-yard line. So completely switched momentum. And now it's Big Blue threatening with under a minute to go and still a timeout left. They're going to reset the play clock back to 25. There we go.
The Big Blue thought it was the 32-yard line.
Yeah, tried to take it a little bit further than what it was. I honestly thought he got a little bit further than that too, but it seems about right.
They want to put a couple seconds
Yeah,
back on
the
the
clock,
clock.
the clock started. It should have been stopped because it was out of bounds.
Back to 51 seconds. They lost 3 seconds off. He's trying. He's trying.
Yep, right where it needs to be at the 42-yard line. Thank you, Replay at Waycross and the great team here, volunteers. All right, so 51 seconds on the play clock. Let's see if it starts. Snap is back. Verdon drops back, looks to pass. He's going to tuck it and run. He's going to get out in the open. He's going to have enough for the first down or just right at it. We'll see where they mark him, but he got out of bounds either way, so the
Malik
clock's going to
Verdon.
stop. I think he's going to be just short.
Keeper for Hamilton.
Tell you what, great escapability right there on the weak side. He's coming
Brandon
up and just
Sinclair.
can't get to him. Corleone taps him a little
Colerain.
bit, but it's not too many touches. Tackle.
If you're the Big Blue and your offensive staff sees this, because the Colerain's adjusted, they know he is just rolling to one side. So the back side every single time is coming on a blitz. So it'll be interesting to see here if the Big Blue counteract it.
And they are dropping back. Verdon passing. Caught by number 19. Again, that's the Rocket Ishmael, as they call him. Takes it down to the 30-yard line. It's enough for the first down.
Rion Ishmael.
Yeah, I know.
Receiver.
And he downs it to stop
Sean
the clock.
Williamson on the tackle for Colerain.
Do you not remember Rocket Ishmael?
I know, but that's not
Okay.
him.
Yeah.
No, I know it's not actually him.
And it's not Rocket Ishmael's brother either.
No, I don't think so.
Quadre Ishmael. Good call.
What
I
they
was
call
going
him?
Ball spotted
Did they
on
call him the
30,
Little
it'll be
Rocket
first
or
and
something?
10.
No.
Wait a minute, I can't remember. Was Quadre the brother or was he the Rocket?
No, Rahib Ishmael was the Rocket.
Okay, yeah. Quadre was the other one. God, you guys are all old.
Yeah, we are.
So there was some confusion here whether Hamilton called their timeout.
Well, the clock, he got the first down. The clock continued to run. Doesn't the clock stop on the first down?
Well, they went up to spike it. I don't know what was going on.
yeah. Yeah, they tried to.
They ran the play before the chains were set, but the clock was still running. So 36 seconds.
Verdon drops back, looks to pass, throws it, kind of a duck up in the air, intended for Keyshawn Stevens, and couldn't quite get to it, so incomplete pass. 5 seconds comes off the clock.
Yeah, so they
Ball
did
thrown
not
from
use
Malik
their
Verdon.
timeout. They're going to say it was a spike. So it'll
Keyshawn
be third
Stevens
on first
incomplete.
down. It'll be third down and 10.
Good observation there, you're right.
Yeah, they just run a quarter pattern, and that's pretty much just a throw and a hope, throw to an
Sean
area.
Williamson on the coverage for Colerain.
But now there's discussion again to what down it is.
They
They either lose the timeout
Yeah.
or enforce the timeout,
The head
or they
referee
accept the spike.
is saying spike, so they got to clarify. I don't know
But
what
the line judge has the head coach in his ear.
Yeah,
So he
yeah,
just
yeah.
got to communicate that.
So third down
Second
and 10.
10, ball on the 30. Third down, correction.
Third down and 10. Snap is back. Verdon got a little bit of pressure. He's going to throw it out way over the intended target. Once again, that's Ishmael standing at the 25.
Rion Ishmael,
It'll
intended
be fourth
receiver
down
for Big
and
Blue
10.
from Malik
We'll
Verdon.
find out if Hamilton has
Incomplete
trust in
pass.
our kicker to attempt it from about
Fourth down and
47
10,
yards,
ball
which
on the
is
30.
very rare for high school distance, so we'll see what they'll do here on fourth
I
down.
think his long on the year is 40. So I would be surprised if they're going to do that here. My guess is they're going to, with 26 seconds left to go in the first half.
And
they're gonna
again,
try.
for Hamilton, it's there. Cardinals are selling out because they know the pattern is all on one side of the field. So Freddie Johnson on this weak side of the field is coming no matter what. If you slip a running back or a tight end out that backside,
Tell you, play clock could go down. They're going to have to burn up their last time out.
Yeah, and that's not a surprise, right? I mean, can't take it into the locker room with you. So, and again, they can't take themselves into the locker room. So, with 26 seconds to go, just a reminder for those of you watching live on wearecolerain.com or on a waycross.tv live feed, we will take a short break during intermission. We'll get stats as well as try and get some scores from around the city. There's several good games going on. Of course, the GMC Championship being potentially decided between Mason and Lakota West. You've got Elder and Indy Cathedral, Indy Cathedral, I know many probably are not familiar with them, but
I think
they
joined the GCL this year.
They have been a thorn in the side of the GCL this year.
you
So
joke because of COVID, they're scheduling reasons. They scheduled the entire GCL.
Yeah.
There has been talk in previous years for Cathedral, who is really one of the few, the one of, if not the only, large Catholic school in the Indianapolis area, of them just becoming a football-only member of the GCL.
Well, and they're going to have an opportunity to do tonight something that I don't know that any Indiana team has ever done before to the GCL, and we'll
Win
talk
the
about
GCL?
that at halftime.
We do have an email from radio@wearecolerain.com. Lenny Lopez listening in.
Hey, Lenny. God, I hope he's safe. I mean, they've only lost 4 million acres of groundswell out there in California.
So they're going to leave their offense out there on this fourth down and 10 from the 30.
Not really a surprise, but again, slip a running back to the side because Freddie Johnson's coming full bore and say,
Colerain's going to burn up a timeout to see what they've done, and they want to talk about their defense.
Yeah, Colerain does not have any expectation of getting the ball back
Timeout,
here and doing
Cardinals.
anything with it. They want to get their defensive line properly so that they can prevent Hamilton from doing anything. That's obvious.
Well, it's interesting. I mean, are they going to throw the jump ball, Colerain bringing in the extra defensive back, or do you leave a linebacker in there with the threat of the run from the quarterback at any time?
To me, that's my concern. My concern is him taking off and running.
But you got defense. If you've got extra defensive guys back there, it's a shortened field, compacted area. There's less space for him to run. He's got to get all the way. Well,
he only
can
needs
pick up
10
first
yards.
down.
He
Yeah.
only needs 10 yards. And when Malik Verdon is picking up 2 yards every time he takes a step because of his stride and how tall he is. It's not that hard. And we have been susceptible to a quarterback that's mobile like that on those, kind of jailbreak type plays. Colerain with the 14-0 lead here, trying to prevent Hamilton from putting any points on the board in the first half, as they will receive the ball, Hamilton that is, to start the second half.
I know it's referee's discretion. This is a really long timeout. Does it seem like that, or is it just me?
Well, I was just going to say, as quick as this game has gone, this last possession.
Well, here's the thing. We're going to get to halftime, and the Sycamore game hasn't even started.
How's that?
They're not playing till 8 because they have a 2.5-hour bus ride.
Oh, that's right. They're going to
The
Ironton?
Aviators don't have a team playing?
They don't.
That is a bit surprising.
You think they will? It's right there in their name.
So here we go. The fans that are here for Colerain clamoring their feet, clapping their hands, trying to get a good defense. Here's a rush right up the middle, and Vernon takes it and takes off exactly as I thought he would. He gets the first down, and he goes out of bounds at the 19-yard line with 19 seconds left on the clock. It's exactly what I thought we were going to see.
Freddie Johnson on the tackle.
He
for
ran
the
behind a
Cardinals.
big offensive tackle. We haven't talked about him much. Derek Deaton on the left side. The
Ball
junior
spot
is
on number 19,
6'6",
first and 10.
325 pounds.
And as a defense, you're so concerned about that pass. It's not a bad play. It's a high-risk play because if he gets tackled, they are going to run out of time possibly in the middle of the field.
But you're also going to think all of his passing attempts, nothing has been close.
So ball now on the 19-yard line inside the red zone. First down and 10. Burton's got it. He drops back. He looks to pass. He throws it. And it is caught. Puts his foot down. Does Keyshawn Stevens. He takes it out of bounds, but not before he picks up another Big Blue first down.
Keyshawn Stevens for Big Blue.
That's his first completion, just a roll out. Finds him over there. Gets extra
Ball
yards.
out
A
of
good
bounds
block
on the
by the
8-yard
outside.
line.
Missed tackle on the edge. It's Williamson.
So
First and goal, Hamilton.
First and goal at the 8-yard line, 9-yard line with 11 seconds left. They got time for about 2 shots.
Yeah, again, I can't see him throwing the ball here. I just can't.
Well, you can't get tackled in the middle of the field.
He's got to score.
He's got to at least throw on this first play.
Yep, I'll give you that. Draws back, looks to pass this Burton. He takes it, he throws it to the corner of the end zone, and it's way over the head of the intended target. That's Ishmael once again.
Yes.
Good coverage, though, by the Colerain defense.
Pass from Malik
Tell you what,
Verdon.
that's a
Intended
matchup
for
right there.
number 93 on
Freddie
Ishmael.
Johnson
Pass
is
incomplete.
covering Ishmael, who's
6'4".
6'4".
Freddie Johnson, every bit of 5'10".
Second down and goal.
So giving up 6 inches on that.
But it's a good play for the Big Blue because you just get the ball in this situation. Normally a goal line fade is a terrible play call because it's a very low percentage. But in this case, it gets the ball out quickly and avoids the threat of a sack.
I mean, and he had the end. I mean,
the
Freddie
play-
was outside. He was behind the receiver.
The play clock just got down to 14 and then restarted.
The referee reset it.
Verdon's got it. He's got it. He's going to tuck it. He's going to throw it, and it's going to be incomplete. He tried to throw to the back of the end zone, but he threw it one way,
Incomplete pass, Big
and
Blue
the
from
receiver
Malik
went the
Verdon.
other.
Well, he saw he was going to get tackled, and that
Third
would have
down and
stopped the
goal.
play right there. So it was just kind of a scramble throw. If it's in the area, it's in the area. But that's 2 seconds. Did you go for the? If you go for the touchdown here,
Well, there's only 2 seconds left, so this is the final
or
play.
you go for 3 points.
They're going for 6. I don't know about this call. Maybe you're saying we don't know if they're going to score enough points in this game or 3 is going to matter.
That has to be the. This is the closest they've been the entire
Tell you
first half to scoring.
they go trips right, and they got 6'4", 6'3", 6'4". Well, here they go. Wide receiver comes out on his end.
Cardinals call timeout.
That I believe is the head coach, Mr. Cutright down there in the ear of the referee going, timeout, please.
I clocked him. I believe that was about a 4.78.
Timeout, Cardinals.
The coach ran down the sidelines there. But, yeah, I don't think Hamilton really knew what play with the run. Ishmael was running out, but also the defender was like, I think because of the confusion on offense, there was confusion on defense. Smart play, you know.
Interestingly, because the game last year came down to the last play of the game, there was confusion on that last play of the game on 4th down, not 3rd down, but it was the last play of the game. And that confusion left the Hamilton guy open in the end zone, and they just didn't execute. It was a bad throw and couldn't be handled and caught. So this game is eerily familiar in that sort of sense than the game we saw last year. Not a lot of offense, kind of sloppy by both teams.
Yeah, we've got to remember, too, Hamilton won the kick and deferred to the second half, so they will start with possession of the ball the second half. So a score here is really big.
Hamilton confuses everyone and does a drop kick.
There's some noise trying to rattle this Big Blue offense. It's tough with the limited crowd, but they sure are trying. 2 seconds will be the final play of the first half. Burden in the backfield takes a high snap. Oh, I'm sorry, it was Stevens who takes it. Tries to run it in, and he does. Finds a hole, and he's into the end zone.
Keyshawn Stevens,
Touchdown,
football
Big
carrier.
Blue.
Touchdown,
That
Hamilton.
could not have worked out any better for Hamilton or any worse for Colerain.
Yeah, they were running just a spread. They had all the wide receivers out. This time they brought a couple tight ends, and they kind of bunched it up, which kind of told me that they were going to run it. It wasn't a great snap, but it's well blocked up front, and he goes in untouched.
David
How do
Martinez
you let that
holding
happen?
for Eric Rios for Big Blue. The extra
Martinez
point.
back, or Rios, and we've got another flag.
I think it's offsides against Colerain.
Offsides, Colerain.
Really doesn't benefit him at all unless
Penalty
they choose
declined.
to go for 2. They declined it.
Yep.
2 really doesn't help them at this point. It's Eric Rios. And Colerain jumps off sides again. Not sure if the center is doing something. They're offsides
Offsides,
again.
Cardinals.
This time they're going to accept the penalty.
Some disgruntled fans in the
Well,
stands.
they're still leaving the kicker out there. They don't need the 2 points, but you need a half yard. You got the big quarterback.
You just kick the extra point. Yeah, run them for 2 here.
Kick is up. Kick. This
Extra
is good
point
at
is good for
halftime
Big
here at
Blue.
Colerain High School. It's the Colerain Cardinals 14.
And at the half,
Hamilton Big Blue 7.
Cardinals 14.
Thanks for
Hamilton
tuning in. We're
7.
going to take a little intermission break here. We'll get some scores and stats and be back with you for the start of the second half.
We would like to remind everyone in the cooperation with state regulations, Colerain High School would like to let you know to continue to wear your mask.
guess we can do.
And a reminder, all spectators, per the GMC bylaw and Colerain High School policy. Spectators are not permitted on the field at any time at the conclusion of tonight's game. We thank you in advance.
So we are back with some
also in
other
cooperation,
halftime
state
scores as we
regulations, Colerain High
attempt
School would like to remind everyone to
to
please not
acquire the
congregate
halftime
in the
stats.
stands, the walkways, or parking lots at the conclusion of tonight's game. Please wait
Elsewhere
for
in the
your child
GMC,
your car
Lakota
at the
East
end of
leads
tonight's
Oak Hills
game, and we thank you
21-7
again
at
for your
half.
cooperation.
Princeton leads Fairfield 21-3, and Lakota West in the battle for the GMC title with Mason leads 7-0. The one other GMC score, Middletown is tied with Walnut Hills 13-13, and the other other GMC game, Sycamore. Actually, their opponent this week is Ironton, which is about 2.5 hours away for Sycamore. So their game did not start till about 10 minutes ago, or about 14 minutes ago, 8 o'clock. So there's no score yet in that game. Elsewhere in and around the city, in the GCL, St. X 0, Iggy, St. Ignatius 0. That's because they don't play till tomorrow. Elsewhere, LaSalle leads Moeller 17-13 at half. Cathedral trying to win the outright GCL title, even though they're not even in the league. Indianapolis Cathedral leads Elder 22-6 at halftime. The other big game here for the ECC championship in Division II, Turpin went to tie the game late in the first half with Winton Woods, but Winton Woods blocks the extra point. Winton Woods 14, Turpin 13 at half.
So we're still waiting on stats, scrambling in the booth. So, it's nice to hear the scores, and Brandon, but there's no Harbin points that mean anything other than that GCL title, which will be possibly shared with several different teams.
Yeah, as we said previously, the Cardinals know their opponent next week. They'll host the Milford Eagles. The Big Blue know their opponents. They will host the Moeller Crusaders. Cardinals are in the upper half of the bracket, not as the 5th seed. They will play their winner of their game with Milford. Will play the winner of Mason Lebanon.
And we'll keep you informed. It changes week to week here with the broadcast, the playoff schedule. We usually have to pay, and there's the OSHA rules about either audio, video, somebody having the rights. But with this year, no one really is sure on the rules, so we'll figure it out next week. But follow us on Twitter, look at us on Facebook page. We will have it out there as soon as we know.
So we may not get time for stats here quickly as the shortened halftime. The Cardinals will get set to kick off to the Big Blue, who deferred.
Run some quick stats. We just got handed to it, and we know Colerain's up 14-7. Colerain has ran for 103 yards. Hamilton has run for 103 yards, so pretty even there. Total offense. Hamilton, 23 plays, 124 yards. Colerain, 29 plays, 112 yards. So only 236 yards of total offense going right now. Time of possession is really heavy on Colerain. They've had the sustained drives, but their only scores came on short fields on turnovers. Leading rushers for the Colerain Cardinals is Flowers with 56 and Malik Reardon with 63. We know Hamilton had won the toss to start the game. They deferred to the second half, so that late second half score really comes up huge, because if they can do something with this first possession, even up this game, we've got a whole new ball game.
So there's another pop-up on the kickoff, taken right inside the 20-yard line by Hamilton. He's going to make a few guys miss, and that's not a bad play for the Cardinals on defense, but they've got to make that tackle as quick as possible. They got to get down there. It'll be 1st down and 10 for Hamilton at their own 35-yard line, or 34 maybe is where they're marking it.
Yeah, anytime in the high school, I think if you're within the 35-yard line on the kickoff, you've done your job. So interesting, the only sustained drive there, they had Verdin in there pretty much in the 2-minute drill, quarterback left, quarterback right. But they started a different quarterback, and they come out in the half. Up, there goes the man right there, Verdin.
Yeah, there's no reason Verdin won't be the quarterback the rest of the way. And he's only had a few snaps this year, but they're finding something with his ability to run the ball. So hands it off once again to Stevens, who takes it wide. He's going to pick up positive yards on that run.
Yeah, they stretch it out, and Colerain Cardinals use the sidelines as the 12th defender. Limits him to about a 3-yard gain.
Not a whole lot of time to rest with these abbreviated half times.
And it was just as long as a 1-minute drive can be, 1 minute 11-second drive can be.
Oh, goodness gracious. That took 20 minutes to get through that. That was crazy. 2nd down and 7 for Big Blue. Verdin once again in the backfield with Stevens. 5 seconds left on the play clock. There's the snap. He's going to take it, keep it himself, try and cut it back into the middle, and he's going to be tackled. He's going to, after picking up only about 2 more yards, so it'll be 3rd down and short. Call it 3rd and 4.
Just takes it and kind of goes left. I got to give credit here. Michael Best had probably a chance to get him earlier, but it kind of looked like Michael Best kind of received his hand because he was up high, didn't want to accidentally maybe get a face mask call.
So 3rd down and 4 yards to go.
Man in motion goes Johnson. Hand off to him. He's going to try and take it wide. Again, not a good decision against this defense. I don't understand that play call on 3rd down. You need to pick up 4 yards, and Verdin has shown that he is finding success 3-4 yards every time right up the middle. Why did they run that sweep that takes that long?
Sinclair is your strong safety. They're playing 8 men up. If you're going to send that man in motion, they know there's no pass threat on that side. And again, everything has really been, except for that fade to the goal line, everything has gone to one side. The whole play kind of flowing to one side.
Right, so that brings up 4th down, and Hamilton's going to be forced to punt. It's a low punt, or low snap, excuse me. And there's the punt, caught and immediately tackled. Freddie Johnson's got it and holds on to it. That was Ishmael on the special teams tackle.
Yeah, Fred, you've got to have a little special mental state to be a punt returner. Freddie probably should have fair caught that, but he wants to make a play. Punter does a good job just getting the punt off, and it's not that high, it's not that low, but
it's just right.
Just right.
Kudos to the Colerain defense, though. That momentum wasn't that long ago that they were getting run down their throat on that last series for Hamilton Big Blue offensively. They came out and forced the
punt.
A
seam route here?
That'd be interesting.
Safeties are way up, just one safety deep.
How about just a 1st down?
Let's see, Tyler Prather under center, getting the call from sideline. He's got 2 receivers split wide to his right. He takes it, passes it out, caught by Freddie Johnson. He's got a block on the edge, going to make one man miss, stays on his feet, that to the 50-yard line, and into Hamilton territory for a big 1st down pickup.
Like I said, how about just a 1st down and just a check with me to the sidelines? There's an audible out, and Freddie Johnson takes a quick little bubble screen. Good block by Isaiah Meyer on the side there, and Freddie Johnson makes the one-man miss. The 12th defender there, the sidelines, is the only thing that keeps Freddie from getting more yards.
I would say Isaiah Myers did a better job just getting in the way.
Sometimes that's all you got to do.
That's right. Just be there. There's a handoff to MJ Flowers. Looks for the blocks. Got it. Squeezes through. He's going to pick up 8, maybe 9. We'll see where they stop him. Good run and good movement by the blockers up front.
Yeah, and that's a really good run, too, here as you see the cutback by Flowers. A sophomore MJ Flowers might have tried to bounce that to the outside, but he kind of just follows the hips of his blockers, cuts inside, and probably picks up 2 to 3 extra yards.
I don't know if that first pass kind of spread out the linebackers a little bit. Verdin spread out wide there. That might open up the middle.
Interesting that your starting quarterback is now a
He
DB.
was playing defensive end, though, stopping that option. Now he's one-on-one on the slot receiver.
Second down and short, handed off right up the middle, past the 40-yard line. It'll be enough for another Cardinal first down. Nothing overly complicated, but MJ Flowers doing what he needs to pick up the tough yards.
And we've talked about it here. It's just a quick little 2 yards, all he needed for his down. We talked about it, how the Cardinals the past couple of years have had to be more versatile and playing players both ways, but with the amount of key players Hamilton has to go both ways. I mean, almost their entire backfield, both of their quarterbacks are going both ways. So it's very interesting to see here if the Cardinals can just wear down the Big Blue.
That's a great call. And in the shotgun now is Tyler Prather on first down. Freddie Johnson in motion. He's going to take the speed pitch and take it around. He's got a head of steam, but he gets caught from behind and taken down. He's still going to pick up 3 yards on the play, maybe 4. We'll see where they mark it.
I tell you, somebody missed a block out there.
Yeah.
He had a little bit of a seam as Freddie kind of stretches it out. He's got a little seam, but it closes up right there. Great play.
Number 50.
Ball spotted on the 37, second down and 7.
And it's Caden Bennett, sophomore.
Give credit. He's done made some plays with the ball in his hand, but Dunn did a good job not only containing that play from keeping inside, but also he gets off the block and cleans up that tackle.
So 3 yards on that run, second down and 7. Tyler under center, drops back, looks the pass. He's got pressure. It's somebody on him.
Yeah.
Pass was intended for Brandon Sinclair, but not really even close.
Yeah.
Somebody ran a wrong pattern. It almost looked like he wanted to run a comeback pattern there, a little hook, and Sinclair never turned, and that ball was about 8 yards short.
Yeah, it looked like Sinclair kind of turned inside, and that ball was thrown outside. So you don't know if the quarterback threw the wrong pattern or the receiver ran the wrong route.
Either way, that'll bring up a third down, long 7. They get about half of this. You might be 2 down territory.
I would hope so. You're only up 1 score here.
Who jumped first?
Yeah, it looked like
Sinclair took off.
well that left tackle.
I'm not sure who it is, but it had not been a problem for the Cardinals over the past few games. Can't say several. We're only in game 6. But 5 yards here, 5 yards there. I mean, it's just enough to get you off schedule. 'Cause now instead of 3rd and 7, you're sitting 3rd and 12. It really could completely change the play clock. Could.
Taking a long time to get this play in. Play clock already down to 15.
You
Down
cannot
to
afford.
10.
You cannot afford to take a timeout here.
You have to.
That's just.
You have to.
I understand you have to, but it's just that's really unfortunate.
Not sure if that's on the offensive coordinator and the quarterback on where the communication is, but they were just kind of staring at each other. I tell you, I saw too. Sinclair came to the sidelines and was getting a talking to by the wide receiver coach. Something was off in that pattern, I believe, by what the coach's mannerisms there on the sidelines. I believe Sinclair went the wrong way.
Yeah, we'll take this time to break to thank all of you listening here on Waycross Community Television and live on wearecolerain.com. Get a couple emails and shout-outs. Give a special shout-out to Ryan Ucotter listening in. Hope all is well.
Again, that email address, we hadn't given it yet tonight, but for those of you every week listeners, of course, it's radio@wearecolerain.com. You can email us and let us know where you're listening from, where you're watching from, I should say.
And if you'd like to text Chris directly, it's 513.
We don't need to have that number shared at all. Thanks a lot. 3rd down and 12. Tyler Prather drops back, looks the pass, throws it. It is intended for Freddie Johnson, and it's caught. That might be the most beautiful pass that he's thrown all year.
He threw it to the wrong receiver.
He got
the first down. The skinny post was wide open on that. He walks into the end zone, but
I don't know if it was wide open, but yeah.
He gets the first down, but I see the read there down the middle of the field.
Love to see the replay here. Tyler Prather has got some time, but look at this pass. He's going to get it right over the DB. Beautiful camera work and right into the hands of Freddie Johnson.
That's 6'4".
Yeah.
That's impressive. Great camera work by our Waycross team. Man in motion now. On the counter. Tyler Prather hands it off. Moving the pile. Ball's loose on the ground. And it's going to be picked up by number 50. Are they going to say stop progress? No, they are not. They're going to say that is a fumble.
Yeah, there's been slow whistles all night. Colerain benefited from there. I don't know if that was a slow whistle there. But, yeah, they hold him up and strip the ball,
Well,
There's still movement.
Amari Shannon, but is he moving forward? I mean, he's almost down.
Yeah.
Where's the ball?
Cardinals got a benefit early in the game here.
Maybe he came back to haunt them.
Well, like either one of the calls or dislike either one of the calls, they were at least consistent in the slow whistles. So
That's a fair point. Absolutely. All right, so that drive ends for the Cardinals. Momentum shifting again quickly against Colerain, unfortunately, after that beautiful pass and catch from Prater to Johnson. Now the defense has got to find a way to get it back. There's a snap to Verdon. He takes it, hands it off. That was Stevens that gets it up to about the 20, or excuse me, Johnson on the ball carrier. Caleb Johnson.
They have two running backs that have basically the exact same build in Johnson and Stevens.
Yeah.
And the way there's uniforms from our distance, 2 and 8 are very similar when they're in motion.
Yeah. I'm going to use the old binocs here. Yeah, that's Johnson in the backfield. I think they're holding Stevens for more on the defensive side. I mean, it's the Verdon and Johnson show right now. Verdon adjusting.
you got two guys in motion.
Yep, two guys moving. That should have been a penalty, and there's the flag.
Yeah,
Cardinals will probably decline it. And this is something, and again, it's shadowing last year, this is something we complained about the entire game last year. They do that little motion.
I remember you saying that during
It's
the
like they got
broadcast
two
last
guys
year.
in motion every single play. The Cardinals will decline this based on the result of the play. They'll take the down over the extra couple yards.
I'll tell you, we talk about matchups. We was talking about we were matching the or I was talking about the big deep 6'6", 325-pound tackle. You see who's going against them on that side?
Nope. Tell me it's Ronald Williams.
He's Ronald Williams Jr. 5'8", 175, going against 6'6", 325.
You better be really fast. 3rd down and 7. Cardinals decline the penalty, so it becomes 3rd and 7. Verdon back, takes the ball, rolls to his right, looks to pass. He's going to throw it deep down the middle of the field, and it is incomplete. And there's going to be a flag thrown, and I'm not going to lie to you. I think that's kind of garbage.
Well,
they're playing the ball.
They're playing the ball, but there's a little bit of contact. But the big thing, there were a couple Cardinals ran into each other, and both of them are down.
Well, one of them just got back up, and here comes the other one. So I know you're inclined to throw the flag right when there's contact, but when you've got 3 guys all playing the ball, maybe you ought to keep that flag in your pocket.
No, you can't make the argument there is no such thing as uncatchable in high school football, so that can't be part of the argument. But
You watch the replay here, the ball's up. But you cannot play the ball through the man.
yeah, he made contact.
You made contact. If you're in front of him, side of him, fine. But he's deep. He's behind him.
He was behind him.
He was
Came
behind him
through
and
him.
made contact.
He has as much right to play for the ball as you do. So
All right, so that's a costly penalty against the Cardinals. It'll be 1st down and 10 for Big Blue up at their own 33-yard line. Snap is back. It's a handoff once again over the middle.
He kept it.
Nope, he kept it himself, but the Cardinals were not fooled, and he's going to be tackled for a loss.
Well, not just fooled. They read it completely. He kept that ball because the running back was going to be tackled for a loss. He ends up tackled a loss. Good penetration. As we see the read, Colerain is in there already from the inside and outside.
and Verdun did a good job there of getting that ball out quickly because there's kind of some hesitation between the two of them in the read. He did a good job seeing the defense come of just getting that ball back into his own hands and taking the loss.
The aforementioned Ronald Williams Jr. on the tackle. Snap is back once again to Verdon. He takes it, throws it. Pass is complete. Missed tackle on the edge. Picking up enough almost for the 1st down. I'm not sure who was on the edge there, but that's the 2nd time tonight that we've had a pass out in the flat and a missed tackle led to a big yardage gain. It's going to be 3rd down and short.
Well,
Michael Best Jr. on the tackle.
Nothing fancy. The Cardinals do what they've done all game. They bring the pressure from that backside away from the roll. It's just all patterns to one side. And in the past, they've kind of contained that short pass, but then breaks one tackle, and it sets it up to here.
Well, that's one of your star running backs out there, Keyshawn Stevens. So he's not your typical wide receiver. He's going to run through arm tackles, and just that's Sinclair on this tackle. A 3rd down and 1.
So Verdon in the shotgun is going to take it, and obviously he's going to keep it himself, and he's going to try and pick up the 1st down, and I think he's going to have just enough to do it. It's tough to stop somebody 6'5" with that long stride that he's got from picking up 1 yard.
Well, even if you hit him at the line of scrimmage, he can reach
Right.
over top of the tackle and just the length of his arms. And Colerain does make contact right there, but just not enough. Takes him out to the 45-yard line. 1st down, Hamilton. 5:17 left to play. Colerain leading 14-7 here in the 3rd quarter.
Colerain with 3 wins on the year, but the combined record of the 3 teams they've beaten, 1-12 coming into tonight's game. This is the best team they've played record-wise all season. Here comes a blitz off the edge, but the play goes the other way. Good tackle by the defense, though, on Verdon, who's only going to pick up about 3 yards on that 1st down run.
Forward when Princeton is the best
Michael Best Jr.
that we've beaten.
on the takedown for
We haven't
Colerain.
beaten Hamilton yet.
I said of the teams we've beaten so far.
Okay. You say,
Yeah, I'm sorry. Was I not? I may not have been clear on that. Of the 3 teams Colerain has beaten so far, their combined record was 1-12.
Gotcha.
Hamilton, of course, being 3-2 by record, best team we've played so far. Not beaten yet, nursing a 14-7 lead. Fakes the handoff to Stevens and tackled in the backfield. Verdon tried to get those big legs moving and just couldn't do it. He's going to lose a couple of yards on the play.
Yeah, whoever made the tackle is getting up a little bit slow.
That was
that
Ronald Williams Jr. again on the tackle.
Hey, low man wins in football. Williams comes up hobbling a little bit. There you go. We talked about this earlier. If you're hurt, stay down, young man.
Yeah, he was slow getting up right after the tackle, but you're right. He tried to fight himself up. Go ahead and just stay down.
Yeah, Colerain has a tradition of taking one of their secondary running backs and put him on the line of scrimmage, a little bit of speed, and he gets low, gets underneath, gets penetration, and gets the shoelace.
You're right there. That's all it takes.
It'll be interesting to see as he lines up to come into the game. Josh Ringer started the season on the defensive line, but basically of necessity, they've been basically a full-time guard for the offense. He's going to be the replacement for Williams here for this play.
Yeah, as he's making the tackle we saw on the replay, one of the big offensive linemen was blocked into Williams here. See if we can see it here on the replay. He makes the tackle, but the lineman kind of falls on the back of his leg.
Tell you what, as quickly as that first half went, this third quarter, it's almost like we say that every week, but Williams.
So, you know what, this is pretty much our first cold weather game. You know, you're down to about 40 degrees here, 45 degrees here tonight. You know, you take a little bit of a hit, everything stings a little bit more.
Yeah, so Ronald Williams walking off the field very gingerly, but on his own. So he may have just rolled an ankle, maybe possibly.
No, that offensive lineman kind of landed on him, so don't know if it. Yeah.
That's what I thought maybe.
So a 3rd down and 9. Going to go 5 wide this time. That doesn't mean much when you got the running quarterback, but he has thrown a couple passes tonight.
Yep. Let's see what he does here on 3rd down. Drops back, and he's going to tuck it and run, and the Cardinals are there ready for it. The ball is loose on the ground. There's a penalty flag thrown. Colerain seemingly has recovered the ball, but we're going to see what the penalty is. They're going to call holding, and it's going to be, of course, declined, and that'll be Cardinals ball right on the Cardinal head. So the 2nd turnover of the night for the Colerain defense.
Yeah, he tries to get a little bit of extra right there in contact, but you got to tuck that ball in on contact, and that ball squirts loose.
Yeah, Verdun did a great job of getting that should have been a negative run, but he tries to make it a positive, and in trying to do too much, he coughs the football up.
Yeah, Shiming and Kanza with recovery right there.
Who?
You want to try again?
You try it.
It's Temazin Cachet.
There you go.
He's only been on this.
1st down and 10 for the Cardinals at their own 46-yard line. Having a chance for a little bit of redemption. There's a handoff over the middle. Cuts back across. Runs into his own offensive lineman. But he's going to take it up to the 49-yard line, does MJ Flowers. Be about a 3-yard gain on that play.
That's about the 4th or 5th time. And I don't think it's because he has bad vision. It's just kind of how it's worked out. It's not the 4th or 5th time where his forward progress has been slowed by the offensive lineman. And I think that has more to do with maybe you not having that dominant offensive lineman. That
right, and you got big middle linebackers right there. They're not getting blocked the 2nd level.
So in the I formation, Shannon Murray dotting it. MJ Flowers directly behind Tyler Prather, getting the call from the sideline. We've got Myers and Freddie Johnson in the slot. Looks for some time. Tyler Prather. He's looking. Yep, he's going to run it now. But he's still on his feet. He's still looking to throw it.
Tuck the ball in.
Yep. Tyler Prather
still going.
Something out of nothing. He ran about 15 yards to lose 3.
Yeah, they faked that quick little out hitch pass and went to hitch and go, and Tyler Prather ran about 50 yards, shows his athleticism and good scrambling ability, but actually ends up losing 3 yards on that.
At a certain point, the result of all that extra running was
He's got to tuck that ball in, though.
The result of all that extra running was about the same if he just would have went down originally.
Yeah, almost if you fumble the snap and you just take
No, I'm
the
just saying,
3-yard
he
loss.
kind of starts to run to scramble to avoid the sack. If he just kind of steps up and takes it, falls into the sack, he ends up with the same result.
Yep.
With a tired quarterback, what do you think the play call is here?
Well, it's 3rd down and 11. So he's going to keep it himself, and it's a late pitch out to Freddie Johnson, who's going to try and make something out of nothing. He stays on his feet.
Oh, he's a yard
He's
short.
going to be all the way down into Hamilton territory to the 45-yard line. They're going to be about a yard shy of the
Do you
first
go
down.
for it?
Oh, I think
You've
have
had
to.
success with Flowers right up the middle.
Do it. Absolutely do it.
1:52 left in the third.
They're bringing the big packages,
Yep.
so they're
We
going
haven't
for it.
seen this all night. They bring in Corleone. They bring in a couple of
Here
linebackers.
comes Mike Bess in. Here comes
Freddie Johnson
yep.
goes to quarterback.
Xander Kendall comes in. Even if you don't get it. Flags on the play.
Flag on the play.
False start Cardinals.
Yeah.
Another, again, it's not a huge penalty in terms of yardage, but it is a huge penalty in terms of the timing. Another little 5-yarder that's going to cost this team the opportunity to go for it on 4th down and 1. Now they have to punt.
Yeah, Michael Best just a little bit too excited coming in to play a little bit of offense. Probably has a chance there to make the key block. They're going to run behind those two linebackers. Just can't hold it together.
That's just a killer. It's just a killer. It's mistakes you just cannot afford to make.
Sinclair will be punting for Colerain.
There's a snap back to Brandon Sinclair, and he's got it. He's good pressure on him, but it's a good punt. It's going to bounce right at the 30-yard line, kind of go sideways. Hamilton's going to stay away from it. It's going to go inside the 20, all the way down to about we'll call it the 18-yard line, and that's where Hamilton will take over. 1st down and 10. 1:13 left to go in the third quarter, which has gone on forever, trailing 14-7.
Let's give Brandon Sinclair credit as a punter. They're not pretty. He's scrambling around.
They're effective.
But they're effective. But there's been no big returns.
No, just on the kickoff, but I know that wasn't him that did that. The defense has got to step up once again. The offense really struggling tonight to get anything going, only scoring 1 touchdown, and that was very early in the game on a very, very short field.
So Airden back at quarterback. Had the only long sustained drive for the Hamilton Blue.
Yep. Verdon takes it, hands it off this time. Once again, it's number 2 around the edge. Lowers his shoulder, bowls over a Colerain defender on the edge. He's going to be very close to a 1st down. Caleb Johnson, the junior, on the run.
Tell you what, he shows a little bit of extra gear getting to the outside. There's nothing there, but he puts a foot down and just turns a corner. Sinclair misses the tackle.
Well, to Freddie Johnson's credit, that's also one where he's letting up because he doesn't want to hit he's letting the defender go out of bounds.
Right.
So
he picks up.
Oh, you're talking about the big hit at the end?
Yeah, he takes 7 yards on that 1st down run. Snap is back one more time. It's a handoff once more time, right up the middle. Pushing forward, trying to get enough for the 1st down. I think he's going to be just shy, maybe. We'll see.
About a yard and a half short, it looks. Maybe just a yard.
Yep, 3rd down.
I'm sorry, if Hamilton just runs a slot up, it's a touchdown. Literally, at this point, Colerain is saying, go ahead and throw it, because they're not defending the guys on the slot.
3rd down and 1, ball on the 26.
We know Verdon can throw the ball. Snap is back. Handoff is right up the middle. Again, I'll tell you what. It's a good thing the Colerain defense is there to make that tackle, because if he got through that initial line, and I thought he was gone, but picks up enough for the 1st down out to the 37-yard line, maybe the 38. We'll see where they mark it.
We'll see.
1st down for Keyshawn Stevens.
Might be the last play of the 3rd quarter.
On the tackle for the Cardinals.
It wouldn't surprise
Ball
me.
spotted on the 38.
Well, they're lining up.
1st and 10.
Ball spotted on the 38-yard line, 1st down and 10. Snap is back. The sticks weren't even set. There's the whistles. Got up to about the 40-yard line.
That's on the referees there, but they only pick up 4 yards on that play. So
Xander Kendall on the
And that will do it after 3 quarters of play here at Colerain High School. It's the Cardinals 14, the Big Blue of Hamilton 7.
This game is just too close for comfort. Too many mistakes by the Cardinals. A turnover, timely penalties that have hurt them.
Well, you got to look at the mistakes made by the Big Blue. They had the fumble inside the 10 that gave the Cardinals a short field on offense. Then they had the bad snap into the end zone, which gave them the defensive touchdown. So the mistakes on both teams have led to the
Cardinals have
scores.
miscues twice in the red zone or near the red zone. And you see the Cardinals, they've been able to move the ball till they get about in between midfield And the Big Blue 30-yard line, things have kind of fallen apart.
43-yard line seems to be about.
It's not that they haven't moved the ball. They've been able to pick up first downs. It's just for whatever reason, after about the 6th or 7th play, things have broken down the Cardinals' offense.
So again, a reminder as we talk about all the mistakes and miscues. If you're watching the game live and you're in the greater Cincinnati area, you can check out the schedule for replay on waycross.tv, of course offered through Spectrum and Cincinnati Bellfly Optics. It's all right at wearecolerain.com. Go into the preview article that you'll see posted, and right in there you'll see that there'll be a link to for the replay schedule. You can see that throughout the weekend and probably a few times next week as well. Again, and we talked about it kind of at the very start of the game too. It's a challenging emotion for the kids, right? Because again, there's nothing on the line other than just the win. There's a snap back to Verdon. He takes it. He's going to roll to his right, try and find some running room, and he does. Picks up a few yards. He's going to have enough for the first down. Takes it into Colerain territory, right at the 50-yard line. There's a little bit of jawing back and forth here. The sophomore Banks getting up in somebody's face. First time we've called his name tonight on a tackle.
That'll take it directly to midfield.
Yep. First down and 10. Defense has to play motivated here. They're protecting a one-score lead against arguably the most dynamic player on the field for either team, Verdon, who's running this offense for Big Blue. Then the shotgun takes it. Oh, no, now Stevens has got it now, and he's going to fall forward. He's going to pick up 3 yards on that Wildcat keeper.
Tripped up by Josh Ringer for the Cardinals.
Yeah, Ringer makes the tackle. He's going to pick up 3 on that play.
It'll be second down and 7.
Verdon back in there, quarterback. And they come to the line quickly. Snap, he takes it and he rolls. Corleone goes after him and can't quite get to him. He's going to get some positive yards, but not until he gets taken out of bounds.
Yeah, he stepped out of bounds before he picked up the first down.
Yep.
It really makes you wonder what was going on in those first couple drives for the Big Blue.
Why the other quarterback was playing? I don't know if they just wanted to rest because they knew it was a 4-quarter game. Or
No.
And it makes you wonder, where's the other quarterback, the Quincy Sims Marshall?
Yeah, I have no idea.
And again, this game is meaningless, so maybe they're just resting him for next week. They don't want to risk anything. Maybe he's got a couple minor injuries. They're just going to rest him this week.
Maybe they feel that Verdon's their best shot at a win. And here we are in the fourth quarter, only down by 1 score. So snap back this time to Stevens. He takes it, lowers his head, and gets it across the 40 and picks up another first down for Big Blue.
out of that Wildcat, Steven gives you, he gives you that running back mentality, and we saw it on that play. A little bit more quick to the line, a little bit more attitude in the run.
I mean, what's impressive to me, and you alluded to it earlier, Brandon, is that Hamilton's just lowering their shoulder pads and just running right through. I mean, there's no trickery to what's going on here. Stevens now back in at quarterback. Oh, nope, Verdon's still there. Stevens is offset right behind him to his right. Three seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. There's the snap. The handoff to Stevens, trying to find some room. He gets wrapped up and taken down. Only going to pick up about 2 yards on that play.
Yeah, and you take away the couple offsides on both teams, the false starts, it's been really clean, at least called. I don't know if there's been holdings that either coach has really argued about on the sideline. So it's really just been right now, it's just been a battle up front between the Cardinal front and the Big Blue front. Now, the advantage the Cardinals have had is they haven't had to worry about pass almost at all.
Which, with the dead last ranked pass defense in the GMC, that's a good thing. Just snap to Verdon. He's going to take it, run to his right, try and find some room. He makes two guys miss their tackles. He takes it down inside the 30. That's going to be enough for another Big Blue first down. Is it just me, or are there a lot of missed tackles on defense tonight?
Well, I mean, you've got a big offensive line, and if you don't hit Verdon square, I mean, he's 6'5", 200 and some pounds. It's a tough guy to take down. If you don't have the right angle, an arm tackle is not going to bring him down.
A lot of hands on him, and it seems like it's the third or fourth guy that's having to be there to take him down. Just not used to seeing that. And this defense for Colerain has got to be getting worn down. They've been out there quite a bit. So snap right back to Stevens, and of course we know what he's going to do. He's going to take it and run, but he gets hit right in the
Was that
line.
Corleone or?
No, I don't think so.
That was your linebacker meeting him in the.
Was that Jarman? No, it was that. Oh, was that 50?
That's Bess. Mike Bess comes flying up, number
Yes.
5. He's got to come out of play because his helmet came out. But he read that play. See, you know what? They're not really handing the ball off. When they put the running back in there at quarterback, it's just wildcat, and then they switch back, and then the quarterback runs it. So it's pretty much whoever's at quarterback's been running the ball 80, 90% of the time.
Sophomore Jaden Folson in for Bess.
So there's a snap back to Verdon, although we've got penalty flags everywhere.
It looked like they were going to throw it on that play, but were they not set?
Nope, they were not. False start. Movement against Hamilton.
Again,
so knock
we
back
saw
5
this
yards.
from Colerain. You've been successful up the middle, getting 4, 5, 6 yards of play. You get 4 yards on first down. On second down, you decide to throw the ball. Get out of what you've been working for you, and it bites you. That's going to be a 5-yard loss.
This has the makings of a very exciting finish now, as we tick under 8:45 to go in the game. Hamilton finds a way to score. We're going to have a tie game. Here we go. There's Verdon takes it. He runs wide to the left, tries to pick up the first down, and he's not even close. He's going to get that penalty back to the original line of scrimmage, but now it's 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, good job by the substitute there for Colerain Cardinals. 42, Jaden Folsom makes the play. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 10.
The Cardinals do a good job, too, over there on the edge. They kept contained and forced Verdun to take it back inside.
Curious part of the field.
Yeah, this is 2-down territory.
This is 2-down territory to get 10.
I'm sorry, how big is 72?
6'6", 325.
Jeez. Sassafras. That is one.
And 77 on the other side, 6'5", 280.
Snap is back to Verdon. He takes it, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself.
Nice
and he
read.
is immediately
That was-
tackled and taken down by number 30, Banks, the sophomore.
And I'll tell you what, that's a good read by Banks, but a terrible one by Verdun. He should have given that ball over to Johnson, and he does not. He keeps it, and the Cardinals make him pay.
Yeah, Banks had him one-on-one, and really
4th down and 14, ball on the 33.
Colerain just said, and that's good form tackle.
That's
break
great
down,
form tackling.
break down, lower your hips, open your arms, drive through the tackle.
Big
So
move.
they are going to bring in, but this is your 3rd-string quarterback
Yeah,
at punter.
They're not faking. They're going to punt the ball. Snap is back. Punt is up. It's a short punt.
And he's just trying to pooch it, and he gets a good bounce.
And look at that.
But
He's in the end
He's in
zone.
the end zone. He's in the end zone. Maybe.
No.
From this angle, it looked like the guy that touched the ball was in the end zone.
It updates you on some Friday night football.
We didn't see it, but the referee is standing and
spotting
just
the ball at
drops
the
his
half-yard
by the
line.
ball at the half-yard line.
Lakota East.
So we get a replay. We got like great volunteers.
Also in the 4th quarter, Princeton 35.
Yeah, I mean, you can't see from this distance if he's on the line or not, so you got to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Princeton is laying the wood to Fairfield. Just announced that it's 35-3.
Well, Fairfield has a lot, doesn't have much on offense.
Yeah, but if he's in the end zone, does he have to reestablish himself? Can he be the first person to touch the ball?
I thought it only mattered if you went out of bounds.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I
don't
don't think
know.
it matters if you're in the play. This is, again, for a Colerain offense that is, to your point, Brandon, has been moving the ball well. They've got to find a way to get out literally from the shadow of their own goalpost. So this works out perfectly for Hamilton. It's exactly what they wanted to do with that punt. So there's a handoff right up the middle. MJ Flowers has got it. There's a big blue helmet on the ground.
I'll tell you what's dangerous.
Stevens.
Hamilton played all out to stop him there. You commit everybody that line of scrimmage, Flowers breaks that tackle, and he can go the distance.
Yeah, there's a great run. They handed that ball off a yard deep in the end zone, and Flowers was still able to get it out. So kudos to the offensive line of the Cards.
I take kudos to Shannon Murray. I think he makes that key block right there.
Yep.
So, Cardinals not quite out of danger, but they get a little more breathing room.
Yeah, they pick up 8 yards on that first down run. Second down,
And they'll lose.
and now they're going to
3.5.
get 5 yards back. 2-minute
Okay.
motion, I presume. Is that illegal?
Yeah, yep. Can't go motion left and motion right at the same time.
Well, you can if you're in Canada.
Or apparently you could try to do it if you're Hamilton a couple times to get away with it.
Wait, we could off sides.
Cardinals
So there's
get
a-
lucky.
Wow.
Really, really lucky. I didn't.
5-yard penalty, first down.
Well,
So there was an
They
offside
blew-
before the motion.
No, that's a terrible call. That's an absolute terrible call.
Yeah, there's 2 Cardinals in motion before anybody moves.
The defensive tackle, the 3 technique is definitely, or that might be a 1 technique, is definitely offsides. But it's after there's 2 men in motion.
But
for the
is
Cardinals.
it unless he's lined up offsides?
More importantly, it's a 5-yard pickup for the Cardinals. It's going to be a first down.
Can't unless the referee's argument is saying they're shifting, but that's not. It's not. They're not shifting.
The only way that'd be right if he was lined up offsides.
So we'll take it. First down and 10 out at the 15-yard line. There's a handoff. Once again, still on his feet. Great hard run all the way out to the 25. That's going to be a first down run for MJ Flowers, who's become a workhorse in this game tonight.
He does a great job staying low there, getting underneath the tackles and keeping the leg drive going. You talked about earlier about the missed tackles. He's going to run through arm tackles, and he does there.
This is where the Cardinals got to take advantage of all of those big blue players going both ways.
6:22 to go in the game, up by 1 touchdown, 14-7. Colerain needs to eat up this clock and run this ball. There's a run and a hit. Taken out to about the 28-yard line. MJ Flowers picking up about 3 yards on that run.
And the Cardinals, like Freddie Johnson is playing both ways, but he's not in a high-impact area. Brandon Sinclair is playing 1 or 2 plays on offense. For Dunn, Stevens, Johnson, they're playing linebacker. They're playing DBs. They're forced into contact almost every play by the nature of the Cardinal offense. So let's see if the Cardinals can continue to push a Hamilton Big Blue that's kind of maybe wearing down.
Second down and 6. There's a handoff once again to Flowers. He's going to try and bust it outside. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down. Takes it all the way up to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, I was just going to say Hamilton is really committed to the inside route there. All their linebackers were in between the tackles, and their safeties were creeping up, so the outside opened up right there. Well, Flowers shows a little bit of speed getting to the outside.
Well, the other thing that makes it happen, they've been running kind of the strong side, the tight end side of the field formation. This time they go to weak side, and that, like you said, the wide side is even more wide open because you have just that much space created.
Look where the safeties and linebackers are playing. It's pretty much a 6-3.
First down and 10 for the Cardinals. Score update: Dakota West leading Mason 14-0. It's a handoff right up the middle, and Hamilton well defended, but staying on his feet is MJ Flowers, and I think he's going to pick up a yard on that.
Well, Colerain had to rush that play. It looked like he was looking to audibilize, maybe to the other side, looked up, and there was only 3 seconds left of the play clock. So they just kind of jumped real quick. I don't think the offensive line was really ready to go on that, but, no harm, no foul. 2nd and 9.
And as long as that third quarter, this fourth quarter is going, we're down to about a little over 5 to play in this ballgame.
Indy Cathedral thumping Elder 36-8. There's a handoff once again over the middle and hit hard, but more positive yards gained by MJ Flowers.
They are really late with the whistle. The ball comes out, and I'm not sure what they're calling. The referee's discussion. There was a Hamilton player that came up, and it looked like he's down.
Well, who knows what they're going to call. We'll see. Looks like they're telling him to back up. I think Colerain is going to maintain possession.
We've had the long extended whistles.
Nope. They turned it around and said that Colerain apparently fumbled it. That is their 3rd turnover of the night.
Watch on the replay, and Flowers makes the contact.
He's got 2 hands on the ball. Isn't forward progress stopped right there?
But they've been slow with the whistle the entire night. You can't see, but yeah, the Hamilton player does come up. But it's the extended whistle, the extended play.
I love how you say extended whistle, like that's a thing.
It has to be because it's been all night. I've never seen it called this slow, but they've been consistent. I won't say consistently bad because, you want consistency from a referee, but
at some point,
it's hurt both teams.
Yeah, and it's
really affected the game.
It has affected the game because to your point, it destroys flow, it destroys momentum, and it's done it to both teams. So now Hamilton's got the ball back again with 4:50 to go. Hamilton's got 3 timeouts. There's a handoff to Verdon. Verdon keeps it, spins himself out of a tackle. Cachet on the far side there tried to bring him down. He didn't. Verdon picks up 4 on the carry.
He just shows his size right there. He's got a good wrap, but just can't bring him down. The 6'5" quarterback runs through him, picks up 3.
Sinclair and Williamson over there to clean it up on the far side. But you're right, that tackle's got to happen.
I'm still waiting for Hamilton to do something. I've had some success here in the second half, but if you just do something a little different.
Pop screen, something.
The Cardinals are committed.
There's a handoff over the middle, and again, right into
Nothing.
the teeth of the Colerain defense. Oh, wait.
Wait, that's off a quick whistle right there.
Was that a whistle?
I mean, line up a tight end on the backside of this play and just release him.
Brandon, they could be listening. Let's not give them
Not
ideas.
listening.
Yeah, that is not soundproof glass between us and the coaching booth here.
Just saying.
He loses a yard on the play, so it'll be 3rd down and 7.
Brandon's over here diagramming how to beat our defense. How about we just keep it on the DL, brother? 3rd down and 8. Again, another big 3rd down for the Cardinals. They've got to find a way to stop them. Big Blue has had moderate success tonight on 3rd down. 3 minutes and 30 seconds forthcoming in the game. Cardinals up 14-7. Got to stop them here and get them off the field. There's a pass right through the middle. Dante Corleone had him in his grips, but Malik Verdon, like he has all night, completely got out of it. But he did what he needed to do, and he forced Verdon back about 8 yards.
How
and
did
allowed
he
the rest
not
of the
get
defense
blocked?
to take care of it? He was completely unblocked. But
I don't know if they left him on block. He jumped the count and just split
It
it.
might have been because that was just a student body right, so they might have just let him go. They just got in the backfield quickly.
Not realizing the 300. What is he? 340? Where's he at now? 320? He has got a quick first step for somebody his size.
he does, but I'm guessing that particular play is probably not going on his huddle highlight.
So the
Oh,
Big
I
Blue
would.
will go for it here on 4th
He doesn't
down.
make the tackle, but he blows up the play. Big 4th down for the Hamilton Big Blue.
4th down and 8. Verdon drops back, looks to pass. He's got pressure. He eludes one tackle, still on his feet. Throws it across to the middle, and it is knocked up in the air.
But
He caught it. I don't know if
he
he
caught it after the tip. Colerain is saying he caught it out of bounds, but the referee is saying he caught it inbounds.
Well, the line judge was right there. He was running down the sideline, and he called it. So a huge 4th down conversion for Hamilton, and here we go all over again. This has got the feels of Princeton on it. The defense is going to have to reset on giving
he knocks
Hamilton
it out
a
of his
first down.
hand, but he does.
He's got enough room to complete the gap. He's probably got the speed
But
down.
does he have the ball secured? He's got one hand. He's got it pinned against his face mask.
That's a heck of a catch.
I think it's a great catch by number 10. Give him props. So here we go. 1st down and 10. Who's got it? If it was Verdon, it looks like it's Stevens that took it that time. Yeah, he's going to take it down to about the 21-yard line. So he's going to pick up about 4 yards on that 1st down run.
3
Chris,
minutes
you gotta
left to
watch
play.
You're wrong. He got to about the 23, 2nd and 8. Keep 2 extra yards there, Chris.
I gave him 4. Yep,
Yeah.
2 yards. 22-yard line.
Hamilton has all of its timeouts left.
Yep, Colerain with 2. 2:41, 2:40. Clock is moving. I mean, they're clearly playing for the tie here. There's no. I mean, I know there's 2.5 minutes left, but there's Stevens once again with the ball. We've got
Holding.
a flag thrown in from the back judge.
Good pressure from the outside. I believe they got, was that 56 for Hamilton Big Blue. Cachet comes from the outside.
42. Yep, 56
Right there.
is the call.
And that's big because that's a spot foul.
10-yard penalty.
Interesting. Who came out?
22. Thanks. No, I'm sorry, Cachet. Cachet came out.
MJ Flowers
and
is in.
Flowers just went in. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, Cachet's helmet came out. Hey,
Yep.
why not? We know he likes contact. Your fullback playing a little bit of linebacker right now.
Well, Hamilton's shown it can be effective. It's a spot foul.
That's only, I think, like I said, maybe the 3rd holding call in the night, and one of those holding calls was declined because it was part of the interception. So 2nd down and 18 on the scoreboard now.
Clock is running, though.
Yep. Oh, I didn't even see that. So Verdon with a deep pass down the sideline, and they're going to just say incomplete.
Yeah, they saw the matchup they liked. The 6'4" against the 5'10". They had one-on-one, but the pass was just a little bit deep, and they kind of got their feet tied up together. Incidental contact, incomplete pass.
See, I understand it's their offense, and Verdon is not the most accurate quarterback. I can't remember why he can't just do it 1 or 2 times to keep the Cardinal defense more honest.
3rd down and 18 on the 32.
I don't have an answer to that question. It's a good call out. You're right. Have him roll out and hit a guy.
And they attempted on that scramble play on 4th down to do the wheel backside. The Cardinals were there to defend it.
So 3rd down and 18. Certainly can't let this completion happen. Verdon's got it. He's going to be tracked from behind, but he found an open spot, and he's going to have enough for the first down, making guys miss, and he's going to go all the way into the end zone for a touchdown with 2:01 left to go, and the Big Blue are a point away from tying this game up.
You know, no flags on that play, and he shows what he can do. Colerain has been beat. A lot of teams will get beat by an athletic, scrambling quarterback. There's nothing there. Colerain has him dead to rights, but he just shows great determination, great athleticism, and really good blocking downfield.
And the Big Blue are going to go for 2.
Yeah, and there's no reason why they shouldn't. Because, again, when you've got that kind of an athlete at quarterback and size.
And nothing to win, nothing to lose. You're on Colerain's field. You could get home. And the outcome of the game truly means nothing in the playoffs.
Yeah, but it would mean so much to Hamilton to beat Colerain because, honestly, I don't know how far back you have to go to see the last time that Hamilton beat us.
I want to say 1997.
All right, so here we go. There's the handoff to Stevens. He's going to take it and run wide, and he's going to get hit by Sinclair. And
he stopped!
And he got stopped and did not get into the end zone. The referees have already called it. So
Not sure who got the penetration, but there was an initial hit in the backfield.
I think it might have been MJ Flowers. No, that was Mike Bass that's running off the field. He looks healthy.
Yeah, he missed. Doesn't make the initial contact.
See here on replay. Oh, it's going to have a great angle. There's Stevens got it. That's Sinclair.
That's Sinclair comes up from a safety position, makes a
and Mike Bass stops him at the goal line.
Yep, that's Mike Bass that brought it down.
They have the knees down, the ball's not in. Great shot by our friends from Waycross.
And you can see, even with that, he reaches the ball short and then extends it across. So no matter what there, he was short of the goal line.
I got to tell you, I mean, I totally agree with Hamilton.
All right, we saw it, maybe 4 or 5 years ago against Lakota East in the same exact situation.
Right.
You know what? You got Colerain on the road. Maybe not the exact same situation, but similar situation where, you know what? You have the Cardinals on the ropes. Why not take the shot?
Well, Colerain 2 timeouts, Hamilton 3 timeouts. You got 2-1 left to play. Colerain has struggled moving the ball. He had some miscues and some fumbles. We're going to see the onside kick here, and the hands team for Colerain is going to come in.
Now, we did learn when we had onside kick a couple weeks ago that the high school does not have the same rule as the NFL. So the NFL, you have to have it even 5-5. So the Big Blue can load up on either side as many people as they want.
I think the only thing that they can't do is that kind of muddle huddle run up.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Follow the kicker behind him.
Freddie Johnson back for Colerain.
It's important to note, and correct me if I'm wrong, but as soon as that ball goes 10 yards, it's a free ball, right?
Yes.
Right.
But the Big Blue have 3 timeouts.
Yeah, there's plenty of time left in this game. So there's a squib kick right up the middle. It takes a nice high bounce, caught by Colerain.
Yeah, and I'm not 100% sure. I think that's one of those, if you get a lucky bounce, you'll call it an onside kick, but if not, you just call it kind of a squib kick. Big Blue have 3 timeouts, and the Cardinals try to drain 1:59 off the clock.
So they're going to have it first down and 10 at their own 27-yard line? Is that where they got it marked? Yep, right at the 27.
Yeah, they just got to hang
They've got to sustain a drive. I mean, they've got to sustain a drive.
Well, 3 timeouts. They're probably going to have to get 2 first downs.
Here comes Keyshawn, number 22, in on offense.
He's your tight end.
He plays a lot of tight end.
Yeah. An extra blocker there on the edge. Okay, come on, Cardinals on offense. You've got to run the ball.
This should be the MJ Flowers show from his point on.
Well, Prather takes it. He keeps it. He cuts it back across the middle. He's not going to get any plays.
Ball comes loose, but the play was called dead.
Adamant whistles.
Prather was pulled back over the pile after that contact and might be hurt on that play.
Timeout Hamilton.
So he turns it in right there, but in this, his leg is rolled up on. Kind of gets his ankle stuck underneath him, so Prather's out. We're gonna see. Luckily, we've got a quarterback with a little bit of experience coming back, a running quarterback. How about we go to the tank package or the big package, whatever we call it? Because with him rolled up there, it is now the Freddie Johnson show.
Well, let's just take a minute here and hope that everything's okay with Tyler Prather. He's going to hop up on the back of the Gator and get that leg looked at by.
Yeah, he definitely he tries to roll over the pile, but 27, his leg gets caught underneath him. Can't really see it from that angle, but that one hurt me to watch.
Yep.
Oh.
Well, he's not writhing in pain, so that's a good thing. He may have just got that ankle strained a little bit, but so it's now going to be in the hands of Freddie Johnson, last year's starting quarterback this year moved to multiple positions
But
to
is that
try and use his
Two
versatility.
tight ends for the Cardinals.
2 tight ends. Is that Corleone in the game?
Yep.
As guard?
There goes Murray in motion. Freddie Johnson takes it, hands it off. Immediately met in the backfield and tackled. No gain. In fact, you might even say a yard loss back to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd down and 10.
Ball carrier for Colerain.
I know you guys say the MJ Flowers show, but
Stop for Hamilton.
oof, I'll tell you what.
Yeah,
now you're
that's-
3rd down and 10. Another timeout taken. The Cardinals have worked all of 10 seconds off the
One
clock.
timeout remaining. The
Yeah.
ball
And if this is what you wanted in Hamilton. You're forcing a 3rd and long. You got to think the Cardinals are going to run the ball, especially with Prather out on the sidelines. So the Cardinals' goal here is to get the first down. That's your primary goal. Your secondary goal is to stay in bounds. I'm sorry. Your first goal is to hold on to the football.
Yes, absolutely.
Second goal is to try to get back up the first down, and your third goal here is at least try to keep the ball in bounds and force the Big Blue to use their final timeout.
So backup quarterback Freddie Johnson into the ball game. Interesting what offensive coordinator Tyler Williams
He's going to have to
this play.
He's going to have to pull a rabbit out of the proverbial hat because I mean they've got to keep this drive going. They've got to find a way to get a first down. Is it too early for a hook and ladder?
No, we just counter, get Freddie outside with the ball. If they're, you know what, we haven't thrown to the tight end in years. But if you see Hamilton sneaking up, if you got a tight end, just run right down the middle of the field, quick pop pass.
I'll tell you
but
what.
again, Freddie Johnson's only 5'10".
Yeah, but
might not be able to get the ball over top.
Yeah, but he did last year. He threw enough times. I mean, they don't have. I don't know that they've got the. There's a speed pitch back to trying to go the other way. Shannon Murray's got it. One of the fastest guys on the field stays on his feet. He's going to be just short of the first down. He's going to take it up to the 35-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and 3.
Shannon Murray makes the two the Hamilton defenders are trying to get him out of bounds, makes them miss, and when he turns back into the field, runs into his own player, which forces him out of bounds. Murray did the right thing. Does he leave the offense out there?
No, no. The offense is not going to stay out
The
there.
offense is still
The
out there.
offense is still out there.
Maybe a false motion into a timeout, see if they can draw Hamilton off sides.
Yeah, they're not going for this. There's no way they're going for this. Did
What
Hamilton
they
just
have
call timeout?
done is forced Hamilton to use their last timeout.
Well, that alone in and of itself is a win for the Cardinals.
Final timeout.
This game got way too exciting. I just had a feeling. And we said it at the very top of the broadcast. These two teams are kind of mirror images of it. And honestly, it's not been a pretty game at all. Watching Verdon on the Hamilton side has been fun. Because he's a dynamic athlete and he can make things happen, and he certainly has done that tonight. For Colerain, they've had glimpses of, again, a very workmanlike effort on offense. The defense has been chasing Verdon all night, but I mean, generally they've played well, except for that final series of the first half.
And honestly, the only two real big plays of this game have been two plays where Malik Verdon escaped a sack and got a big run.
Yeah, right, exactly. The last series of the first half, which was a 50, 60-yard run. I know it's in the stats there. And then there on that last series, he broke through the middle, made almost half the defense for Colerain miss, took it all the way down inside or near the 10-yard line.
And Colerain's offense is on the field. Freddie Johnson, 4th down and almost 3, 2.5.
At their own 35-yard line, Hamilton out of timeouts.
They got him off sides.
To jump.
Wait, no flag was called.
No,
Is there a flag?
Offsides.
There's a flag.
On Big Blue.
I don't know who they're going to call it against.
Well, the referee on this
Referee
side.
on this sidelines.
Colerain runs false motion.
Offsides of the Big Blue.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
A little bit of jawing. The guys, got to go watch it there in the middle of the field. That is a big. I called for the false motion. You got to look for that.
Ball spotted on the 40.
And I think Freddie made the right signal. We'll see what they'll do here. I think he can just take a knee. Yeah, they're going to go victory formation.
Yeah, no more timeouts left for Hamilton. There you go.
Penalty gave him the first down, and that's all the Cardinals will need. So they'll have 40 seconds, 80 seconds off the clock on 2 downs.
But the play clock is not running.
The play clock is running. It's counting down, but now the game clock's moving.
Well, they've got to wait for the officials to set the ball. They're talking to the players a little bit.
Well, and they were also instructing Coach Mahan to get off the field. He came all the way out past the hash marks.
Got 7 seconds left in the play clock. Plenty of time. 5, 4.
And the Cardinals.
No, there's one of them.
No, I'm saying the Cardinals won't have to worry about clock management right now because the Big Blue just gave them another 15 yards.
Yeah, that was Malik Verdon asked to take. Yeah, I believe the coach is going to pull him out there.
Yep. Freddie Johnson running in front of all of his Cardinals, pushing them all back as if to say, do not engage, do not get involved, don't need anybody thrown out of this game. Playoffs start next week. That's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct against Big Blue. They're frustrated, I get it, but I mean, to them it doesn't matter, right? The game's over, a minute 11 left.
Well, it could have because that clock malfunctioned. It didn't start the game clock.
And there's still Hamilton players joining in the Colerain huddle. Referees are trying to get them back because there's a 15-yard penalty. The ball's all the way across midfield.
Yeah, they're going to take that ball all the way down, I think, to the Hamilton 46-yard line. So now it'll be first down and 10. The clock is running, even though that. But again, we're just going to take a knee here. Hamilton's
watching Keyshawn Stevens trying to calm down the Hamilton Blue.
Was that Keyshawn out there trying to? Yeah, he's got his arms wrapped around him. I mean, they're all at least on sides. They didn't even.
No, they're
just standing there.
As bad a move as Verdon had on that last play, Keyshawn shows a lot of class right there. Thank you, number 8.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this was a hard-fought game between both teams. Both teams made mistakes. Both teams had costly penalties.
The Cardinals will have to snap it just one more time as there's a second difference.
Just to make doubly sure, right? Second down, and there's a snap to Freddie Johnson. He takes it, takes a knee, and that will be the final play of the game here in Week 6, where your Colerain Cardinals hold on to a furious effort by Big Blue to come back and steal the victory, but they do not, as Colerain finishes the regular season 4-2 with a 14-13 victory over Big Blue. And boys, I'll tell you what, that's exhausting. That's an absolutely exhausting way to end the season. Next week, the Cardinals will kick off the playoffs here at home as they host the Milford Eagles, a team they saw a couple of years in the playoffs, I believe still coached by Tom Grippa. Is that correct?
Correct. Yep.
So what do we take away from tonight's game, fellas, for just a minute or two?
Good defense, bad offense.
The Cardinals, I think, and not all bad offense, they need to figure out how to get past that 5th or 6th drive. They drove the ball. They were pinned deep in their own territory several times. They couldn't finish a drive once they kind of got to midfield. So the Cardinals will need to do that. Defensively, I think it's the Achilles heel of every football team known to man. Again, the Cardinals are defensive was completely stud, except for containing a scrambling, running quarterback. And Verdon was able to show, I think, a weakness that every team has. I'm trying to contain an athlete at quarterback.
Yeah,
well,
absolutely.
I think the question, too, is how bad is Prather hurt?
Yeah.
He got rolled up and it wasn't ugly. I looked to the sidelines and I see him walking, but, a lot of times an ankle doesn't hurt.
Yeah, we'll see.
It hurts right away, but it hurts worse the next day.
Yep.
But it is good to see they do have it taped up. He's walking to his huddle. So
for all of us at wearecolerain.com and Waycross Community Television, thanks for tuning in to the broadcast tonight live. And if you're watching it on replay, thanks for finding it and being a part of Colerain High School football.